Welcome to the Gaming Outsider. Can you believe that it's been 600 episodes of gaming discussions on this podcast? We're celebrating this milestone by taking a look back at some of our favorite memories of recording the show. Before that, we'll discuss the week's news, including the recent announcement of Unreal Engine 6. As for new games, all four of us have been playing the hotly anticipated 007 First Light. Plus, Rel stops by to tell us about Mina the Hollower, which he absolutely loved. There's a ton of other games to talk about as well, so don't go anywhere. This is the Gaming Outsider. Greetings, programs, and welcome to the Gaming Outsider, a video game podcast with a focus on our incredible community, which can be found at thegamingoutsider.com or facebook.com/groups/thegocast, and also our Discord server, which can be found at the link in the show notes of this very episode. It is Thursday, May 28th. I'm your host, Scott Clark, and joining me are my good friends. First off, my good buddy, Zach Parkerson. Zach, how are you, sir?
Hey, man, 600 episodes, and look how rich we are.
Yeah, we've made so much money doing this thing. It's just great. It's good to have you back, man. It's been a minute since I've had you on the podcast. I've missed you.
Yeah, but you can't
really
miss.
have missed you.
Can't miss the big celebration.
Yeah, I'm glad you're able to be here. That's why we are a little late. If everybody is wondering why we're not recording at a normal time, it's because we wanted to make sure we had all four of us here for this big milestone episode. So, also joining us, my good friend, Mr. Jacob Gunderson.
This
Jacob,
Brady Bunch nonsense has got to go.
I'm trying something new, man. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. Right.
Good to see you, man, as always. And also joining us from the great beyond, Chris Berensmeyer.
What? Ruining it.
Somebody's got to mess with Scott. It's my job.
Oh, my goodness. I almost didn't want to click on it, but I didn't know it was there. So anyway, if this is your first time listening to the Gaming Outsider, this is not going to be a normal episode. As you heard, this is the 600th time that we've collectively, not all of us together, but 600th episode of the Gaming Outsiders. And they started doing this thing almost 12 years ago now. And we wanted to kind of just have some fun and reminisce about some past memories. So bear with us. We're still going to talk about the games we've been playing and the week's news and all that good stuff. But we're going to kind of talk about what the Gaming Outsider means to us. So stay tuned for that. But let's jump into what we've been catching up on. Zach, it's been a while. What have you been catching up on?
I've been mostly playing Hard West, which is a tactics game set in the Wild West. A lot of creepy demons and things of that like. I can't remember if I talked about this last time I was on here or not. But it has an interesting structure where it's like a bunch of short story scenarios that sometimes kind of overlap, but are mostly independent. So it's only like each campaign is like 2 or 3 hours. Simple tactics game, but each scenario has its own kind of gimmick to it. Like in one, you might have a certain amount of oil deeds you can use to try to make money, or another one you're like hunting down these members of a cult to put together like an ornate compass.
All right.
So like there's always just like a different little objective you're doing in the corner, or maybe you're just trying to get your bounty up as much as possible, get the attention of the crooked sheriff. It's just cool little quick scenarios.
Nice.
Yeah, very playable tactics game.
All right.
And
Anything
you're hard
else?
in the West, so hell yeah.
As I always am, baby.
Right.
Then I have also playing Dead Zone Rogue on my Nintendo Switch too. This is a first-person shooter roguelike. But it is not twitchy as what I thought it would be, kind of like a twitchy fast shooter.
Yeah.
It is much more like classic Halo, like you and enemies have shields, and it's a little bit slower paced, and it's basically the standard roguelike format, but applied to a first person shooter setting.
Oh, okay.
I love Dead Zone Rogue. It is.
Yes. This is my first time playing. I think it's really good too. A lot of the perks are a lot of fun, and it does switch up how you're playing, which is cool. Like, because imagine 3D first person shooter. It's like how much wiggle room can you have in a roguelike structure there? And it turns out a pretty good amount.
Nice.
Yeah, and a very neat early game twist as well in the story.
Nice.
That I don't want to give away here, but Jacob obviously knows what I'm talking about. And then last but not least, I played through Tomb Raider Legend. This is the first one when Crystal Dynamics took over in 2006. Blasted through this bad boy in about 4 hours.
Wow.
Because I've played it once or twice.
I was going to say, you must. It's like your Prince of Persia situation.
I've played this. I've played this dozens of times. Still holds up. Tremendous Lara Croft one-liners in this game. Really fun story as well. Keely Hawes as Lara we really had a gift there for a while with her. She's great.
Nice.
Great game. Yeah. Anybody curious about Tomb Raider should play Tomb Raider Legend. Just a fantastic action game.
I think I have that one. I think I bought it when it was on sale on. That was a 360 title, right?
Yep. Yeah. It was one of those cross-gen ones that was original Xbox and 360.
Oh, okay. So I think I've got a copy of it somewhere. I never got around to finishing it. I started it.
Oh.
I should go remedy that. I've had a kind of a hankering to go back and play the most recent reboots, like we
the Survivor trilogy.
Yes, especially the first one because I played that game in a weekend. If you remember, infamously, I like red boxed it and played it in like 3 days or whatever.
It's very good.
So it would feel like a brand new game because you know how like if you play through a game that quickly, it doesn't stick. It doesn't stick in your brain. Other than the fact that it was great. So
yeah, I mean, it's you should play that.
Yeah.
You should play them both. Very different Laras. Allegedly, the new one will combine the personalities of the two somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But we shall see.
Nice, Jacob. What about you?
Me and the wife have been playing Shopkeep 2. Basically, if you remember Sailblazers, this is kind of the same thing except minus guns. So you're in a little town, you have a shop, you go out in the wilderness to find items and stuff, bring them to your shop, sell them to the townspeople. Except this one does add paying taxes to the town to upgrade the town. So as you're playing and selling items to the people, part of your profit goes to taxes to upgrade, the blacksmith or the alchemist or whatever, so you can get better
sounds
stuff.
terrible.
That sounds awesome.
You have to mandatorily pay 5% taxes on every item that you sell, or you can go into your little bank area and then change the amount of taxes you pay. So at some point we were paying 75% taxes on the things that we sold.
So it's Illinois.
We upcharged 100 and something percent on everything. So we were making back the cost of the item and then paying 75% out of the profit. So we were still making money, but
classic capitalism. You had to raise prices, but you got to blame the government.
Hell yeah. You want it better, right? You got to pay taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Are there tariffs? I'm just kidding.
No.
Well, don't worry, you'll get a reimbursement.
Oddly enough, there is a system where there are 2 other cities on the map, and you have to go to those cities and buy stuff from them, bring them into your town, and then sell them. And then those people start showing up in your town, and you have to raise their population rates in your town to even further increase stuff. So yeah, there is this kind of like extra little cost to do outside business.
All right. What else have you been playing?
Oh man. Okay. So this is weird. This is called Feed the Queen. It's brand new, made by some little guy, and you are basically an ant of some kind, and all you're doing is collecting food around this little tiny map, and you are giving it to the queen, and as you feed the queen, it gets bigger and unlocks different things. And so yeah, you're just gathering berries and throwing it in its giant open maw. And
so it's a resource gathering game. It's like any not first person shooter, like a my God, StarCraft type game. What
RTS?
RTS, thank you. It's like an RTS where all you're doing is gathering resources. That's all you're doing.
There are different things in it. Like there is an orchard that you can make that instead of gathering blueberries wildly, you can grow apple trees, and then they give a passive amount of apples or food to the queen every so often. And so you're just kind of like feeding her these incremental points, and then you get a bigger way of feeding her.
This looks addicting as hell.
It is addicting as hell. It is a lot of fun. And I think it's only like $5 or something like that.
Yeah,
$8, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
when I first saw the trailer for this, my mind went to Black Mirror and thought of The Throng.
I don't know that reference. I haven't seen that episode.
Oh, you really need to watch it.
There's a lot of Black Mirror I need to watch.
I thought he was referencing the classic PC adventure game series Black Mirror for some reason.
I should have. The only episode of Black Mirror that I saw was the 2 best friends that fall in love with each other online and end up having like a sexual relation online. So weird. So
every
weird.
episode of Black Mirror. It's one of my favorites.
Always love the pig.
Oh my God, that was the first episode.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
We actually watched an episode of that show. This is a total tangent. In one of my college classes, the one about with Bryce Dallas Howard, where she's like obsessed with the likes and ratings, online ratings and stuff like that.
Yep.
Kind of crazy how real a lot of that came. That and the the one with Jesse Plemons, the Star Trek
Oh,
episode
where
was
it's
so good.
There's a sequel to that episode, by the way.
Is there? I gotta go watch that.
Yeah.
Gotta go watch that.
I remember,
All right.
I
Anyway,
think it was Shut Up and Dance. That was the best. That was my favorite episode.
I need
People
to
had
go
to,
back and rewatch those.
Yeah, it's good. Good show.
CB, what about you? Catching up on anything?
Playing. Well, I mean, since I finished Subnautica, I just kept playing some more.
Okay. I thought you said you
So-
completed it, or you
Well, no,
reached-
I completed everything that's currently in it, but now I'm just base building for hilarity's sake.
Yeah.
So I built a tube from the starting point all the way down to the bottom.
You're just playing a game for fun. It's
Tube.
ridiculous.
Yep,
Tube.
tubes, more tubes.
Well, that was what they said that they were going to keep from doing in this one, is because someone built a tube from the landing pad in the first Subnautica all the way to the final boss. And so, yeah, they said that that was going to be impossible in this one, but
Nope, it's definitely not.
there's not a lot of restrictions in the game so far.
Yeah, it's definitely harder because you don't have the vertical tubes like you did before. You have to build a box, build a ladder.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Right.
Oh, my son and I were talking about it earlier. We're like, I wonder how far we could push into areas like where the Leviathan is with tubes.
Tubes. They beat everything.
Yep,
They don't- yeah.
tubes always win.
Monsters don't see the tubes, so
Nope, they do not.
All right, so I've been playing this game called Dungeon Baller. I'm just putting this on here, even though it's still it's actually a play test of this game. But friend of the show, Sean Fuller, sent me a code for this because he didn't have a whole lot of interest in it. It's pinball, so he knew that I would like it. It's a pinball RPG, but it's very rudimentary. I haven't played a ton of it. It's a lot of just flipping, and it's one of those games where you have to rack up a certain amount of points to open a door to go to the next stage. And I'm not really understanding the rhyme or reason behind it, but I'm leveling up and adding to my HP and adding to how much damage I'm doing. And it's difficult when you've played real pinball and you've played Pinball FX, which has realistic pinball graphics, to go and play a pixelated pinball game and get a ton of enjoyment out of it. You know what I mean? Like
Because you're used to like simulated real physics.
right. So
Right.
it's I mean, but I had fun with Pinball Spire, if you remember that one, and that was the same thing.
Yeah.
But that was just such a fun concept of constantly going up that was working for me. This one is just, there's a lot of moving parts with this one, but the physics just aren't working for me. But again, it's early, so I'm still going to keep plugging away at it. Slay the Spire 2, like I said, it's been my lunchtime game. I'm playing that when I'm sitting in my classroom during lunch. I don't know if I told you this last week, but I finished my second. I actually completed it a second time with the second
Yay.
character, the Silent.
Golf claps all around.
right.
Yeah, it only took me 48 hours to get that first win with the Ironclad, and now I did it with the Silent, and now I'm doing I can't remember the character's name, but the one that
the Regent. Oh, I love the
Well,
Regent.
Jacob
With
was
the-
telling you the other characters are easier to get wins with, so I guess that stands true.
You can do some dumb things with the Regent.
The Regent is one of those, like, as long as you can let him bake for a while, he's gonna do some stuff.
Do you play as Sword Boy or Star Boy?
I didn't know there was a star. I just have a sword that like floats
Oh,
around him.
Star.
Oh, star.
How do you
Star.
switch?
These guys are in love with the star.
You get one of those powers, and it says become the star or whatever, and it says once every turn, in the beginning of your turn, you can play 2 or 3 cards for free. And so
Every
every turn,
Yeah.
you're just boom, 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 boom.
That sounds broken.
Once
so fun.
you start cooking with the Regent and like you go like a star build, you're pretty unstoppable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
All
So
right.
much fun.
The thing that cracks me up about this game, and Jake, you've talked about this in the past, but I love that how you can tell this is an early access game because the epic unlocks that you get are like not done.
Horrendously drawn.
It looks like somebody took Microsoft Paint and just like kind of doodled something, and then that's like it's like placeholder art.
Yeah.
That's
And
funny.
like it's
says
I
that
actually
it-
kind of look forward to
it's
seeing
great.
them now. It's like kind of awesome, but
I don't know. Some of them I don't want to go away because I think they're so great.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's like my little kids drew this, and so I put it on my refrigerator.
It's almost like a
Oh.
storyboard. I'm hoping it is the actual storyboard or something because it's pretty great. But
It takes you back to there's a short stint in the McChesney Park GameStop where somebody that worked there liked to draw, and they would just draw a fake cover for a little fake.
Oh,
I
cover.
know
yeah.
exactly the ones you're talking about because I
Yeah.
have a couple.
Isn't that interesting? It's part of the culture. of
And it's funny
Rockford area.
because A few of those popped up at the disc replay here too.
Yeah, I remember seeing a couple
I'm
of those.
like, yep,
too.
these
I
are
remember
awesome.
I was a fan of whatever their Star Fox Adventures Dinosaur Planet cover was. I was a fan of that one.
Of course.
I wonder if we could track that down. That'd be pretty awesome.
That's so interesting.
Also, guys, I'm getting
what
mild.
are we? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. What are we gonna do? Go on to oh crap. What is that called? Craigslist and be like,
eBay?
you were the GameStop worker that made their own.
Oh, you're looking for the missed connections.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you happen to hand draw a bunch of GameStop stuff?
with flyers up at all the disc replays.
Just
Right.
ask everybody you know. Are you the person?
Right.
Anyway, I
it
have
you?
become mildly obsessed with Saros on PS5.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh my god, this game is so good. This game is just getting better and better. I actually beat the first boss, which felt awesome. Like I feel like I know how Bloodborne and Dark Souls people feel when they beat a boss. The cool thing is though that the next time you fight that boss again, it's like getting on a bike and it's just muscle memory. Like that boss that was stupid hard is now like it's not easy. Like I'm still doing the things, but that's what I love about this game is there is a skill tree, but it's not a dumb skill tree. It is like everything on the skill tree is super valuable and makes you feel genuinely like an upgraded version of yourself, but it caps out. So like you can't go past the skill tree at a certain point until you beat that boss. Once you beat that boss, it expands the skill tree
Oh.
up.
That's
So
smart.
like so at some point you have to get good. You know what I mean? Which is awesome. And
GG.
but then the really cool part that I'm finding is that not only did it unlock that extra skill tree, but it also unlocked a gear gated ability. So now when I'm running through that first section, I have this ability to reach places that I couldn't before to get more upgrades. So now I'm actually even, there's things that were inaccessible to me before. So I'm actually even getting more and more weapons and more plus ones and things to different attributes of my character. And it's just getting so good. Like I was very daunted by this game because I had heard about the difficulty. But after hearing other podcasts say the same thing that I'm experiencing, I'm seeing like this could be a doable thing for me. Like it's one of those where your character is progressing, but you are also progressing as a skillful player at the same time. And I think that the way that they have made both of those work together in a single game is damn near brilliant. Like it is just working so well. When you get a good build, it feels awesome and you feel overpowered. But when you are able to overcome something that feels like you were a part of it just as much as you were the upgrades, it just feels really, really good.
Sounds like you're ready for a Souls-like to me.
Yeah, I actually that was something else on my list. Is I didn't mention it on the podcast last week, but I did fire up Bloodborne on my PS5 because if you remember, I bought that. It was like on sale for like $5, and I only played through one run, but I feel like I made good progress. It's not as daunting as I remember. Like it's just not stupid hard. I think it was just like I had no idea what to expect the first time I played it. So I dipped my toe in. I plan to. That's one of my New Year's resolutions this year is to get through a game outside of my comfort zone. I think Saros fills that bill, but I also kind of want to do that with Bloodborne as well, just to see what everybody's been talking about. So, and then lastly, I bought Shadows of the Empire on PC a while back during Star Wars Day, and I fired that up last night just to go back. Dude, that Hoth section at the beginning still holds up, man.
Dude, yeah, that's the part everybody remembers.
That holds up. Then, I mean, it's the controls on the Steam Deck are awful, and I can't figure out how to map the controls because
there's no good community layout.
Maybe there is, but I haven't figured out. I have to go back and mess with it some more. But just to give you an idea, I'll speak in PlayStation language for now. The firing button for my blasters is on the cross button, and the slow down button for the snow speeder is on the triangle button.
Ooh.
So if you can imagine like wrapping your finger around and holding that down and trying to press the A, oh man, that was awful. So I have to come up with a new solution for that.
Yeah, you got to look at the community layouts. I'm sure somebody's already figured out this problem for a Star Wars game.
Probably. It was just a real quick thing that I checked out. And then I got to the on foot missions, and boy, that does not hold up at all. There's no vertical. That's like playing Doom in 3D. That sounds stupid, but
I hear you.
Playing Doom in
no
third person. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no up and down, and it's very, very weird. But had some fun with that. I might go back in that and try to figure out how to get the controls correct because I have some good memories of that game. Isn't that the one where there's like a heat-seeking missile that you can control in first person? I remember that being in Shadows of the Empire, and I remember
the really cool train level.
the really cool train
I
level, and I
think you fight
remember
IG-88 afterwards.
yeah, and flying the Outrider, which is like a
Sure.
Wish.com Millennium Falcon, but still was cool.
Dash Rendar is a Wish.com Han Solo, so
Yeah,
that makes sense.
pretty much. So anyway, that's what I've been catching up on, and it's been a week, but we're gonna have a big game to talk about soon. Let's go ahead now and jump into the week's news. All right, so in news this week, we've got Harry Kruger of Returnal fame has started a new studio called Cosmic Division. Mark has an article about that on our website. I highly recommend you check it out. It sounds really interesting. Also, in new trailers, the trailer for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 just dropped today out of nowhere. That was pretty interesting. Also, Destiny 2 is officially shutting down. Unreal Engine 6 has been announced officially. Warhorse Studios confirms its new game. And let's see, Steam Deck gets a massive price increase. And what do you know? PlayStation is bringing back exclusives. Lots of things to talk about this week. Zach, let's start with you.
Man, lots of interesting stuff this week. I guess I'll talk about Destiny 2 shutting down.
All right, this is huge.
Yeah, no. Destiny 2, it's pretty. I mean,
it was huge.
It is the perennial. Like it started all of this, all of the hell we live in was started by Destiny.
The forever game.
Yes, the forever game. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Monument of Triumph is its final event. It's going to launch June 9th, and all other contents that were in the works have been canceled. Bungie claims this content will be a series of love letters to the fan and the community. With the closure of Destiny 2 and the failure Marathon, Bungie is facing significant layoffs that will be announced shortly. And they have no other project currently in the works at the studios, according to Jason Schreier. None of their pitches have been greenlit, though they're still scrambling to make pitches to PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
And as a reminder, Sony purchased Bungie for $3.6 billion in 2022, which was a gross overpay even then. And,
with a B. With a B.
We all thought it was outrageous at the time. I don't know what PlayStation was thinking. And Jim Ryan he's off his meds that day.
You know what they were thinking is Microsoft is buying stuff. We better too.
But Microsoft was buying stuff that makes money. But ever since then, Bungie's been racked with layoffs, and their value has been constantly decreasing, as well as their player counts ever since. This feels like a big end of an era. You know,
it does. I mean, I remember when Destiny 1 came out, or when I only played the beta of Destiny 1, but I was in student teaching when Destiny 1 came out. So we're talking, that was 13, 14 years ago.
1937.
Oh my God, shut up. But, it's easy to kind of look at, Bungie's shut. This game has lasted for quite a long time, guys. Like, name another
10 years, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can probably count on one hand how many games that how many of these forever games have lasted that long. You know what I mean? This is a pretty...
Grand Theft Auto 5.
It's true. It's launched same year as the original
Skyrim.
Destiny, but that's not quite
online.
the same.
I mean, are we including Destiny 1 in the life of Destiny as a whole? Because when did Destiny 2 get launched?
2016, I want to say, which is still 10 years.
10 years.
But it's also like they have been telling they told a continuous story for 12 years.
Right.
That's pretty cool if you're a fan. Obviously, if you didn't get there in the first 2 years of Destiny 2, you were never allowed to be one of those fans.
Yeah.
But was the community that bad, or is it just that's how the game was structured?
They cut that part of the game out.
Yeah, they deleted story content. So it'd be like if you heard how great Game of Thrones was, but you're only allowed to start with season 5.
Wow.
Like,
what a ridiculous thing to do.
And then they wonder why so many new people didn't start playing.
Or why they're not getting new players.
Yes,
that's why.
That was constantly confused. It was the video game that just hated the idea of new players. It was so confusing to me.
Oh, we're good. We're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna play this forever. Do you remember how much? I mean, this is not Destiny 2, but this is original Destiny. I will just never forget how like the internet exploded and thought it was so horrible when Peter Dinklage, speaking of the Game of Thrones,
Oh,
was the voice of the little robot. I can't remember what it was called.
It wizard came from the moon.
The wizard came from the moon. I didn't think it was that bad. Like, it wasn't great, but it wasn't
He's also playing a robot.
Yeah, like he's playing a robot. I don't know. But.
Yeah, I remember enjoying him like when I played Destiny 1 because I think I played 50 hours of the first Destiny.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
made Destiny 1. I made it all the way to end game content. Destiny 2, I played just until the raids, and then I stopped and I never looked back.
Yeah,
I
figured it was.
Oh,
go ahead, Jacob. No, Jacob, please.
Please, like the only game that comes to mind for a forever game like this is Warframe, and that came out in 2013.
2013 banner year for live service, it seems.
Yeah.
But Warframe also has been telling a continuous story the entire time.
Yep.
Difference with Warframe is you get to start at the beginning of the story.
Yes, there's a couple of things that they have changed along the way, but yeah, you get the whole story.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. What a game changer that is. You invite new players in, they show up. What are the odds?
Right.
It is crazy to think though that we could be seeing the end of Bungie.
That's the scary part, right? Because I mean, I figured Destiny 2 was over when they did the Star Wars crossover content because that screamed of desperation.
Yeah.
It also just seemed like, well, this is gonna make anybody who's left playing pretty angry, I imagine. It seems Destiny just doesn't seem like a franchise that would do well with crossovers.
No.
But yeah, and then Marathon is not. Nobody's really playing Marathon. You know, the player counts are lower than Destiny 2's.
You know what's crazy though is everybody that I hear talk about it is saying, I'm really having a good time with it.
Well, they're still playing it. Why would the people who played it and didn't like it still be talking about it?
No, I know, but I mean, even at launch, people are like, "This game's fun." It's not like it's a bad game. It's not a, oh god, what was the one that failed in like 9 days? Concord,
High Guard. I thought
High Guard, that too. Yeah,
High Guard, Concord.
I thought Marathon was bad, and I played dozens of hours in the pre-release stuff. But that's to each their own.
Right. So yeah, I think end of an era is an appropriate phrase here because I mean the name Bungie has it carries so much weight with it, right? I understand they haven't done Halo in forever, but they moved to Destiny, and this is a banner franchise.
That's one of the things though is like they haven't done anything since then. They did Destiny, and that just seems about it.
You think they have something in the hopper, right? There's something to pitch.
Well, where they did have one thing in the hopper, and then they took that team and made it its own studio within PlayStation.
Which was?
I don't remember the name they picked, but it's like a new science fantasy universe game. But there was a team internally at Bungie, and the PlayStation was like, why don't you guys go off and make your own studio? Which to me also sounds like it's not looking good for Bungie.
Yeah, distance yourself from this company because we know what's going to happen.
But I feel like closing Bungie will be a PR level disaster similar to if EA were to ever close BioWare.
Well, yeah, but then keeping it open but having to not produce games anymore, I think is just as bad. So
no, it would be business stupid, of course. And the obvious pitch would be Destiny 3, but you can't make Destiny 3 because the only people who would buy it are people who play Destiny 2 because again, no one is allowed to catch up on the story.
Yeah, so you're not going to get a new player fan base without starting a whole new story that is accessible to newbies.
Right. It'd be like, no one's jumping into the Final Fantasy VII remake trilogy at part 3.
They're just going to lay off everybody but like one person who sits at a desk with like the Bungie logo behind them. Welcome to the Bungie offices.
It is.
You go through a door and it's just a brick wall.
He's just Zach, F5 in the servers, making sure they're still up.
Zach, there's got to be somebody out there that's never played Final Fantasy VII and is jumping into Final Fantasy VII Remake
Part 3.
I want to talk to that person. Whoever that person is, I want to talk to that person and see what their experience is because what are you doing? Anyway, moving on.
What are you doing?
What do you do with your life, man?
CB, you're up, sir.
Oh, let's talk about how Valve just wants to punch their fans in the face.
Oh my God. I saw this coming, but not to this extent.
This is egregious. So Valve, the Steam Deck is getting a massive price increase. The 512 gigabyte is going from $549 to $789. That's right, $250 price increase. The 1 terabyte OLED is going from $649 to $949, so a $300 price increase. So basically, the memory is only like $50. I'm
Your point.
so the system's back in stock. Apparently, like the LCD units were and remain discontinued, so that's why they're doing the OLED ones. Valve cites that the reason they're doing this is the current state of component costs and global logistic challenges. This is no other company has jumped their price this much.
Percentage wise, yes, but it's in line with the other stuff, right? Like the ROG Ally X is now $1,000.
But
Mm.
but it didn't go up in price. Like I was actually anticipating a slight decrease this fall going into Black Friday.
I mean, supply and demand is a thing, right? Like, and we still have Black Friday coming up, but I'm not justifying this. Like, trust me, this is insane. I need to take really good care of my Steam Deck because, like, seriously, I have no other way to play PC games. If something happens to my Steam Deck, I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm not going to drop $800
$800, yeah.
on a new
Absolutely.
Steam Deck. I'm sorry. Like,
I mean, buying a new Steam Deck would be cheaper than buying a console that can run modern games.
right, but I'm almost to the point, like, I don't even know if I need a PS6 or a Xbox.
Well, not for the $1,500 it'll cost.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, guys are, I don't know.
Again, my kid just built his own PC to run current games, and it was $3,000. So
It's only
Right.
going up.
and it's only gonna
Here's
go
the
up.
thing, though. Here's the thing. And I know our notes here say that it's finally back in stock, but when this was announced, within the hour, they sold out.
Yeah.
So, like,
That's panic buying, though, right?
Yes.
it's like, are they worried that they're gonna go out of stock, or they're worried, or that it's scalpers that are looking to resell them on eBay?
I'm sure scalpers are a big part.
Scalpers play into this a lot.
Yeah.
or is this like
scalpers?
or is this people that are worried that the price is going to go up even further, so you might as well lock it in before it gets to an even higher price point? Like, there's no way to know for sure, but it's crazy to me that like getting a Steam Deck at $549 is a steal. Like, if you had got in and got one before this happened, that you would be the smartest person in the world. It just blows my mind. I understand economics are the way that they are, and I understand supply and demand, and I understand inflation and all this kind of stuff.
So I just checked. Pre-owned Steam Decks are going for, on average, between $600 and $800 on eBay right now.
Well,
yeah, people are like,
that's a
now's the
good
time.
deal. Yeah. If you want to sell, now's the time.
But I mean, that's
Yeah.
pre-owned.
I know. I
So
hear
it's
you.
it's
Why are they going for $800 on eBay if you can get a new one for $800? I don't.
Well, if it's a 1
the 1
terabyte,
terabyte model.
yeah,
Oh,
That's why I
okay.
said between
You're saving.
600 and 800.
you're saving $150, dude. If you bought that
I mean-
pre-owned at GameStop, it'd be $945. Right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, think about it.
Best
If you
deal on
if
eBay.
you paid $550 for a Steam Deck and you could turn around and flip it for $600 after it's been out for 3 or 4 years, why not?
well,
and-
presumably you want to play games still, but I hear you.
Well,
Correct.
I mean, but there are some people that may have a Steam Deck and also have a gaming PC. I'm not one of those people. I'm
Mhm.
stuck with a Mac. So, like, I don't know.
that's
This is not looking good for next generation, guys. Like, if anything else, this is like, I'm going to be sitting on my Xbox and my Switch 2. I mean, at some point, I'm not going to be paying all these prices for these consoles.
But let's be honest, we're really lucky that Sony hasn't been still releasing games on the PS3. With the way that the consoles have been going and their lifespans and everything, like we're gonna have the 6 come out, and we're still gonna have plenty of games that are coming out for the PS5.
Yeah, I mean,
Or at least we're gonna have PS6 games on the PS5, since there aren't really any PS5 games, period. So
and still, as we read off in the new releases every week, the majority of titles still come to both PS5 and PS4.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
for what reason would you need a PS6 anyway?
Yeah.
I mean, we said the same thing about 5. Why did we need a PS5 when that came out?
right.
and we all bought it.
Sure.
Right.
And I rarely turn it on.
But you also get to learn a lesson.
We did. Will everybody else?
I feel like yes, actually, but
It's a whole new lesson for them to learn themselves.
It's going to be a lot harder going into the next generation if they're going to double the price. So like we're looking $1,000 to $1,500 for a new console. With the current state of affairs in the world, I'm really willing to bet we may, again, I've been saying this for a while, we may see the next
Crash.
video game crash.
Yeah.
Like these companies are pricing the people out of feasibility.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
God forbid they don't make, record profits every year.
Right. But why they claim that everything's underperforming and shuttering studios left and right.
as they make record profits, yeah.
Oh no,
Weird.
this
We're gonna have
game
that.
sold $50 million more than we expected it to, but it still didn't quite meet our expectations. Shuttered.
All I know is I'm thinking of setting up some fans, just have them constantly little oscillating fan in front of my consoles, just to make sure that
just
they're
buy a
doing
mini
okay.
fridge, man. Just cold storage it.
Just keep your Xbox to the mini fridge, dude.
That sounds
Keep it-
awful.
Keep it
That's-
in the Xbox
That's
fridge.
not how
gonna
heating
say-
works.
All right.
And your fans blowing on it constantly, you have like 1.5 million cats. The cat hair
It's
is
true.
going to be
Yeah,
Oh, that's
your problem is cats.
right.
So I need a fan and I need, a pop filter
Shave your
in front of
cats.
each one
Right.
of them.
Just shave all of them.
We're gonna go over to Scott's house and his Steam Deck's just gonna be in a bubble. And he's just gonna reach in and be like, "I love playing games."
A hermetically sealed,
Right,
air-cooled unit that he's got to put his hands through, like one of those sandblasting units.
Yeah. Oh,
That's really funny. All right, let's move on. Jake, what's your story?
He wants to talk about your hairless cats.
So Scott, where's your Steam Deck? It's over here. I love having something so portable. And it's like this huge box that's yeah. Anyway, let's talk about Unreal Engine 6.
All right.
So they debuted it with the new Rocket League trailer. Unreal Engine 5 was released in 2022 with Unreal 4. What? Unreal 5 was released in 2022 with Unreal 4 before release in. Oh, I see how you wrote this. Jesus. Unreal 4 was released in
Just read
2014.
the words.
Unreal 5 was in 2022 and Unreal 4 or 3 was in 2004. Who cares? I don't care when these were released.
I do
Unreal,
because it was formerly a decade in between, and now it's 4 years. That's
Yeah.
why.
because Unreal 5 is trash. Oh my god. Unreal
You're not
5
wrong.
Unreal 5 has been one of the worst additives to games ever.
Well, why would you think
Other
6 will
than
be
a
better
battle
then?
pass. Right. I don't want 6. I
Yeah.
wanted to talk trash. So they promoted it with a Rocket League trailer. Well, yeah, Rocket League is owned by Epic. Epic makes Unreal Engines. Of course, they're going to put their own game in it. That makes sense.
Now with
But
10% more ray tracing.
oh, you can see my booster lines off of my tires. Who cares?
So it is. So UE5 particularly just is pretty bad on PC, right?
What probably hurts it the most is the if you have everything in the package, if you make a game with Unreal 5, it's about 100 gigabytes by itself, if not more.
It's
The
bloat.
compression is a big issue for sure.
And so you have games that aren't on Unreal Engine 5 that are a quarter of the size. And then, look at the new Dead by Daylight went from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5 and broke their game. Ark Survival Evolved introduced Survive Ascended with Unreal 5 and broke their game.
That's true.
Uh,
Yeah.
All of these games are going to 5, but because 5 is just whatever is wrong with 5, that's wrong with it. Is the breaking
it's
games.
bloated.
Well, yeah.
There's too much bloat in it.
Oh yeah,
Because they're
there's
Like, oh, every single one of these pixels need to be lighted from every single angle possible.
oh yeah, that whole the way they make things is horrendous. But yeah, if you look into it, you can find Unreal 5 packages for games that decrease what is actually happening in games, but we don't have game companies going through and optimizing anything anymore. They're just making the games and throwing them.
Yeah,
So
every game is totally unoptimized file size. It's crazy. I downloaded a 4-hour walking simulator that was 60 gigabytes.
Oh,
Like what's going on out there?
right.
Wow.
But I mean, you look at Helldivers too. Helldivers sent it to a third party, and they were like, "Yeah, you don't need all of this stuff." So it went from like 100 gigs to 20. So
Yeah, you know, that is an interesting thing to sit here and think about. Like with Unreal 5 and Unreal 6 and a lot of these modern engines being so massively huge, but we're currently bottlenecked by storage space size.
Yeah.
Like again, like, oh look, this new Steam Deck with 1 terabyte for $900. And I'm like, it's cool. You could fit 4 games. This
Right.
is nice.
That's awesome. Well, not only that, because if it's a computer, you need the size of the game and then some for updates.
Which is
The game requires some extra space to make sure
Well,
that
and don't
you
forget
can
the operating system. I mean, it's
Well, the operating. Okay. Windows 10, not that bad. Linux, probably what the best to go with. Windows 11, throw it out a window. Just get rid of it. Just
actually, it's been a while since we've had a new iteration of Windows, hasn't it?
a little. Well, I mean, they introduced Windows 11, and then they had like a pro version of it. So,
but it's just been patched to hell and back.
Right. I want to go back to Vista. Like that's how bad Windows 11 is.
No,
That's how bad 11 is.
I'd rather just go back to 10.
Vista, to give everyone else an idea, Windows Vista was so bad. They said if you wanted to stop a hurricane, just drop a laptop with Vista in it, and it would stop the hurricane. So, yeah.
Windows it's still not as bad as Windows ME.
Oh my.
Just go back to 3.1.
No,
The operating system outsider.
Well,
anyway,
I mean, but it is relevant to games because again, like the bloat that we have in PC, because not only do you have like your operating system, you have your video game driver, like your graphics drivers, your audio drivers, like all these are being programmed in these newer engines. So these are getting like, I remember like you used to download like a video driver update and be like, oh look, it's like 4 megabytes.
Yep.
And now it's like, oh, this is like 4 gigabytes, or like just
things are getting.
It's becoming more and more complex to the point that like to play a AAA title, like, oh cool, I'm gonna need an external 5 terabyte hard drive just to play one game.
So I still, on my computer, I still have Windows 10. I refuse to go to Windows 11 because of the horrendous things it does to video games. But Subnautica 2 requests me to upgrade my graphics driver. But because Windows 10 is no longer being updated for any of that stuff, Windows 10 doesn't understand that there is an update for the graphics drivers. And so I cannot actually update it.
Oh, so did you have to find somebody with a Windows 11 PC, download it, and transfer it over?
Nope. No. Subnautica just says you might run into problems, which it runs fine. So I don't care.
It is just insane to think about, because like my server in my basement, I have a 25 terabyte hard drive in it, but almost every console limits at 1.
Yep. I think when Zig bought his new computer, he put 5 in it, and he's like, "Yeah, I can have more than 3 games."
Yeah, why? Because we've been stuck on 1 terabyte since what, the Xbox One days?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, but we haven't pushed past the 1 terabyte in almost.
Not proprietary. No, you could get your own external.
Right.
But
Well, I know, but I'm saying for a proprietary, we've been we'll be coming up on what, a third generation of the
That's a good
same
point.
size.
yeah.
I want to.
I guess I keep my installed games pretty lean, so I feel like it doesn't come up too often for me.
Same here. I did it with the new game we're going to talk about soon with Bond. I had to clear some space because that's a pretty big file, but not too much. But
I guess if you jump a bunch of multiplayer games, I guess you're probably in trouble with file size.
Yes. But
Yeah, like any Call of Duty multiplayer.
Yeah, well that's so bloated it feels intentional as to
right.
not let you install other stuff.
Back to Zach's point though about just being so recent. When this news broke, I think I shared it with Zach, and I was like, "Didn't we just get Unreal 5? Like, remember when they did that whole Matrix demo thing that you could check out and see what they did in Unreal 5? That does not feel like even 4 years ago."
Was
number
that
one.
I mean,
the Matrix when they did the like straight to Netflix Matrix movie?
Well, it was around that time, but this was an actual interactive world that you could go into that was built in Unreal Engine 5. It was a demo for Unreal 5. You couldn't even like do anything. There was no gameplay. You just kind of floated around a city and you look in the windows of the apartments and
Yeah, I
stuff.
remember that.
Remember that? There wasn't much to it, but it was like
It
showing off.
had a real shooting segment. Thank you very much.
It did?
Yeah, I think you were like Neo shooting out of the car while Trinity was driving.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah,
I
dude.
remember floating around. I must have missed
I
it.
sure as hell remember it.
Wow. I totally like just blocked that out of my memory somehow. But anyway, that was
this
4
isn't a
years
game
ago.
for me.
He's like, I hate the Matrix.
I love the Matrix. I got to watch that fourth movie again and see if it's as bad as I remember. But
It is.
yeah, it is interesting. I understand that Unreal owns Rocket League, but is that the game you want to show off Unreal Engine with? Like,
Honestly, it's probably the safest.
it's
Because-
safe, yeah.
Because Rocket League's already cartoony, and so by making it look better,
Realistic,
it's still
yeah.
going to look cartoony. It's not going to look like an actual car. It's going to look like a
Couldn't
Rocket
you
League
done it
car.
with Fortnite? Try to revitalize that.
See, I
Which
remember
you think is more
Unreal
popular?
certainly
know.
Fortnite.
That's what I would have thought. Yeah.
My leagues.
Yeah,
are
so
down.
Fortnite to me would have been the proper choice.
Or well, at least they didn't do the thing like they did with Unreal Engine 5 where they debuted it with like a super cool looking fake video game that I really wanted to play and that never existed.
And then game.
The
Yeah.
sad thing is that like I think it was even before then, like when the PS3 came out, we made this fake thing. The Xbox came out, we made this fake thing.
Oh yeah, it was like called the Samaritan or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked cool too. I was like, oh, this is gonna be Cliffy B's new game. Man, this looks awesome. No, also doesn't exist.
Remember Mario
And-
128 or whatever it was?
Oh god.
Oh yeah, wow.
Going way back.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons why they are releasing Unreal 6 though is because 5 is just too impossible to patch over.
It's just kind of like wiping the slate clean kind of thing.
They're like just
Yeah.
dump it all and rebuild it fresh.
I hope so.
I do hope that Unreal succeeds. It's been one of the better engines out there for the longest time, but Unreal 5 did like irreversible damage.
Come on, where's the new Unreal tournament on Unreal 6?
Yeah,
You
show me
know-
you really mean business.
That's a really good point. Could you imagine if they had unveiled that with Unreal Engine 6?
I'd have been like sold. Here's my card. Just
Cliffy
Now.
B is back with Unreal Tournament 6.
don't get me excited.
Oh,
Here's the
new
thing, though. Like,
Unreal Engine
you guys keep
6.
talking, Jake, especially about like how Unreal Engine 5 did all the. I had no idea, just from like a person that just plays games, and I don't know. Like, I don't. The things that you're talking about, is it a PC thing? Is it not a console thing?
Oh
I
no,
don't-
it's a all encompassing thing because the game is made on the engine.
It's like
Right.
Unity.
It does
Yeah,
seem
it's
like it affects PC players more, I assume, because of all the variances in hardware.
Yes.
But like I just the only reason I dislike Unreal Engine 5 is because you can look at a game and know it's on UE5 right away, and I feel like
Oh,
the majority of games are, and I'm like, oh great, another like it looks like all the other games.
Yeah.
gotcha.
Well, it comes with a video game development thing built into it. And so you can build games out of the engine rather than building a game and then putting it in the engine. And
Right.
so
Sweet.
that's why you end up having these games that look a lot alike because they're
Right.
using in-engine properties.
They're using the assets that are baked into it.
Yeah.
Oh man, now I'm sitting here worried. Like, I wonder how AI bloated 6 is going to be.
Shut up. Shut your mouth. I didn't
No,
even think about
I dude, it just hit me too.
Yeah.
It's going to get to the point where you're going to like start game, player 1, player 2, watch the game. Like, no, I don't want to.
That's what majority of kids do nowadays, anyways.
I know, but still.
Would you like to watch the AI play this game for you?
Right.
Right.
You guys, it's getting bad too. Like sorting through my emails of games that we want to
Yeah.
post about or possibly review, and like I feel like I have to do my due diligence now and be like, is this an AI made game? And you'd be surprised at how many of them are, and they're trying to
You know
get
what
people
I-
to pay money for it.
You know what I just thought? which would be a great selling point for video game companies to do, have a director's cut where somebody actually plays the game, but you have the director sitting behind them going, now in this spot, it would be, blah, blah, whatever, and kind of explains the game as you're going through it. That's really like how they do with movies. It would be really cool to have that with a game.
Commentary, like while you're playing it.
I don't know about why you're playing it. That would be annoying.
Jake,
I died. Now I gotta replay the whole part.
Not only is the game gonna play AI for you, it's gonna create its own AI YouTuber in the corner.
No.
Oh,
It's gonna give you
my God.
commentary too.
At
Jake,
this
you might have
point-
just had a really good idea, though. That's an idea that,
What, developer commentary?
Yeah.
It
like, while
exists.
someone does it, okay.
Well, the one he was describing as not liking, where it plays while you're playing the game, but usually it's like something you can click on in the environment. Like, have you ever played like Half-Life developer
No.
commentary or anything?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
It's good.
I'm
They're
at
fun stuff.
yeah. The new I say new Turok game. The Turok game on the I want to say PS2, the newer Turok game, different from the original trilogy, had a zoo mode. And so when you got into this little menu and it went in the zoo, it had all the character models in a like zoo-like format, so you could go through and look at them all.
Okay.
I mean, it was just, games don't do that kind of stuff anymore. Have
Oh,
like
that's true.
Galleries.
interactive develop. Yeah.
Yeah,
Interactive
Whimsy is
development
dead.
stuff. Yeah. But I think, what the Fallout trolley head guy or whatever, having a developer go through, Scott, if you don't know that, look it up. I know CB probably should know. Yeah. But having a developer going through it, like, yeah, we couldn't figure out how to get this to work, so we just did this. Like, what? Like, okay.
I think I'm being reminded of Alan Wake had a director's commentary where Sam Lake would just pop up into the corner and talk while you're playing.
That's cool.
So that would be
Okay. So it's already been done. Never mind. That's
all right.
Well,
That
you
Jake had
do
a
have
good
to
idea.
play while it's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for the week's news. It is time for us to go ahead now and jump into the new games that we've been playing. All right, Zach,
doing
we're
it live.
doing this a little bit later in the week, but what games are coming out that people can pick up?
Starting on May 29th, coming out swinging is Mina the Hollower, the best reviewed game of the year so far. Coming out on every
Including
single
us.
console and PC. Yeah, I got a 10 out of 10 for the Gaming Outsider.
Mhm.
My Little Puppy comes to PS5 and Switch 2 the same day. And Frontier Legends, a Wild West survival builder, comes out on PC the same day. Coming out June 1st is the latest in the Broken Lore horror franchise, Broken Lore Follow, that comes out on PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC, as well as Tattoo Removal Simulator, the latest simulator game for Jacob to check out. June 2nd, Fate Keeper, which has an interesting art style, enters early access on PC. June 3rd sees the release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on Xbox Series consoles as well as Switch 2, so you can hang out with Cloud and crew wherever you are. And then June 4th, House Flipper Remastered Collection puts together both games and all their DLC on PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. The 7th Guest Remake releases on PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. Medic Pacific War, that's exactly what it sounds like, coming out on PC. And then CB's annual favorite, can't wait to get back into it this year, Tour de France 2026 comes out on PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and PC. Get ready to rotate them sticks.
I'm going to jump in for just 1 second and say that I know we're going to talk about favorite memories, but that one still cracks me up. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, CB decided to review Tour de France. What was it, 2018? 20? I don't know how many years ago.
Dude, it was a while ago.
It was a long time ago, and you got on the show and we're complaining. You just sit there and mash buttons just forever.
You sit there and tap the same button and then rotate the stick.
And then
So every
do that
year,
for
every
hours.
year these new ones come out. I just send him the trailer. Just be like, "Hey man, you ready to do this one?"
Nope.
Yeah, dude, we need an expert on the case.
I hear this
really
one. You
go into
rotate the stick the other way.
Just shake the controller.
This one lets you do the front brakes and do a little, stoppy. It's pretty cool.
I don't mean to knock the developers. They make these every year, so somebody's playing them and enjoying them. But CB did not enjoy.
That is the
it.
definition of a game not for me.
I mean, I don't feel like it costs that much to make a new Tour de France every year, right?
I don't know. I don't
No,
know.
it's
Is
not
it
like
new?
the course changes.
I was gonna say, isn't it?
Yes, pretty easy.
You just slap a couple new banners and add a couple more people
Just-
in the crowd.
Just throw it in UE6 and then just see what
All right.
happens.
Shut up.
Just gonna
Oh, yeah.
model whoever the newest pro is. I don't know any cycling pro personally, but
Let's bring back the
Uh,
legends. We need Lance Armstrong.
I was going
There
to say
you
Lance Armstrong has just been in every game
I was
because they
just-
don't know who else to put.
He's on the cover of every one because there's nobody else.
it has optional steroid mode.
I feel bad. There is somebody else. We just don't know who they are. So anyway,
Let's get on this list. Which game are you most excited for?
for me, I'm going to cheat and pick 2 because Mina the Hollower, obviously after reading Rel's review, you're going to hear him talk about it shortly. Man, he loved this game, and it just sounds so interesting. But I've also never played Seventh Guest. Like I tried to install it on my PC when I was a kid, and it just ran like junk. And between that and hearing some other podcasters talk about that solitaire game, was it
Forbidden Solitaire?
Forbidden Solitaire, and how that's like a callback to this, and I don't have that nostalgia for it. So
I got a coworker that's crazy about Forbidden Solitaire.
yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want to like do the actual play the game first before going in, and because I don't have the nostalgia for Forbidden Solitaire. But so yeah, I cheated. Those are my 2.
Okay, what about you, Jacob?
I was looking up statistics on Tour de France. My bad. I will.
Why?
Because I wanted to know. I had questions.
Jake wants to feel my pain.
No. But Tattoo Removal Simulator is just Power Wash Simulator, but you.
I was
Just
gonna-
but with
I was gonna
skin,
say.
but with operation mechanics.
Well,
so you're like,
I'm in.
so you're like
I may have to
spraying
say.
off the tattoo, and if you miss, they're like, "Ow, that hurt." So
Their nose
But,
glows red.
oh, nothing in this list really actually jumps out to me.
You don't want to
but
play Dead Puppies, the game?
What is up with that game?
CB, is that your choice?
No.
I do not. I know.
I watched the trailer for My Little Puppy, and they're all dead puppies.
Figuring I just lost my dog last week. No,
I know. That's why I was just like,
I looked at the trailer and I was like, no.
no.
So yeah, no. But yeah, Mina the Hollower probably has to be on the list at some point because I'm gonna have to know what the hype is about.
All right. What about you, CB?
Medic, Pacific War.
This is
It's
a
not
CB game.
EMT.
Right? No.
Nope. But here's the thing. It's not been. I can't think of too many games that have tried to do like I'm gonna be the just straight medic in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So
You get an
I'm
option to
curious-
be a medic, but the
Yeah.
whole game is being a medic. Yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing is like when you're playing the medic in the game, it's like, okay, like, all right, everybody bubble up. I'm gonna drop my heal. Like, so I'm
Cuddles.
curious to see- cuddles. I'm curious to see how this is gonna be portrayed, like running through a war zone, like dragging something because like in the trailer, you're dragging people out of an active war zone while
Right.
trying to keep them alive. I'm like, this actually could be kind of interesting to see how it's played.
All right. How about you, Zach?
Yeah, it's all about Mina the Hollower for me.
Yeah.
I think it looks great. Well, I played the demo, and it definitely shook my expectations because it looks like just straight up Zelda on Game Boy, but it's actually quite a bit more Souls than that.
Mm-hmm.
But now my expectations have been readjusted, and so I'm excited for it again.
Nice.
So speaking of readjusted expectations, did anyone expect this? The 007 First Light?
Yeah, we
You
were
guys
all
have-
kinda
What about it?
expecting.
Yeah,
was,
well, I knew that. Yeah, I knew it was coming.
The release date was the 27th.
Right, but are you
Yep.
guys liking it?
I adore this game.
There, see? Perfect.
There you go.
You expect to adore it like you do?
Yeah.
Jesus,
so
you
I-
guys suck at this. I set up a good segue for once and you guys ruined
I
it.
don't.
We are
Gosh,
all at
it-
various points in this game, and I'm eager to talk. And just so everybody is aware,
Okay, so
We are not
Scott's
going
still in the
to-
tutorial. CB's almost done, and Zach is somewhere in the middle. Gotcha.
well, to be fair, the tutorial is like a third of the game.
It's not a
right?
tutorial. It's yeah.
No, you just
So-
suck,
so
Scott.
yeah.
I don't feel like you can really talk about it because it's an unadvertised part of the game.
Yeah.
Um,
But no, the point I was going to make is that we are going to stay spoiler free. Like
Yes.
this game just came out. So CB, I'm looking at you. No,
I've
like,
already
oh,
told
this is
you.
the first-
Nope.
So you can listen safely. So who wants to start? Because I am not nearly as far as you guys are. So
This
I was gonna say,
game-
you get you.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say this game is phenomenal. Like it's probably up there for me for game of the year list already.
okay.
I do have like a couple issues with it. We'll talk about those in a moment. I think this game is beautiful. I love the story so far. It's been I can't put this down. Like I legitimately sat in bed probably till midnight last night playing this, and it got to the point my wife was like, "You need to shut that off." The characters are great. They're very engaging. It's not like a lot of games where you play. It's like there's that one character that just like sticks out like a sore thumb. It's like everybody's awesome, and then you're like, I am a real human person playing this.
I think there is one performance that is underwhelming, and that is Lenny Kravitz.
Luckily, it's not like a long time.
No, it is a minor role, but if you watch the trailer and were concerned about his performances, I think a lot of people were. The concerns are justified. That's all.
Okay, well, that's a bummer. I was like his name in the credits, and we knew it was going to happen. I was like, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Apparently not.
It's interesting what they do with it.
I think his character is cool and interesting. Yes. It's just the performance. There's a lot to be desired. That's all.
Of the game is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's get into the specifics of the gameplay, because a lot of the questions people have come to me and asked me questions about it. I'm like, dude, I haven't played it yet, up until 2 days ago. But the question that's on everyone's mind, because this is IO Interactive, which is known for the Hitman series, and everyone is asking, how
Hitman-y is it?
How stealthy is it? How actiony is it? People are making comparisons to Hitman and Uncharted, which I don't understand why Uncharted, outside of the character models, I guess. But
I think it's pretty Uncharted.
You think so?
Yeah.
You didn't think the intro felt like an Uncharted game to me.
I mean, I think Uncharted. I think just unlimited bullets and headshots and.
Oh, I guess I'm thinking a lot of walking and talking and low concern traversal platforming.
Oh, okay. There was some of that, yeah.
It does feel very much like an Uncharted game.
Especially sorry, I just wanted to finish the point to Scott. You haven't gotten far enough, I think, to see the truly Uncharted kind of set piece moments that'll be coming.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I will say the combat is a little lacking for me.
Okay.
It's overly complicated for what it needs to be.
You're talking about the melee combat or the shooting, or
the melee combat does seem awfully bloated. I mean, like it's like punch, like there's a punch, block, grab, throw. I like the fact that you can utilize items in the environment during combat, which I think is very fun, and it's a very there's a lot of improvisation you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing that bugs me about the hand-to-hand combat, and this is a minor thing for me, and I don't mean to sound like we're just talking negative about this game, because it's really good, but the color bothers me. I know this is dumb, but like the button that you have to press when it turns red, in my mind, should be the B button on the Xbox, or the circle on the PlayStation, and it's, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you noticed that, because I know you have color issues. I don't know if you even noticed that, but like the yellow one, I feel like those two buttons should be reversed. Maybe I can do it in the controls. I haven't done it, but like it should default that red is B.
I disagree with you.
Okay.
I disagree with you because, like, for me, B has always been like your like parry, like for older games like this.
Okay.
And you can parry yellow, you can't parry red.
I don't know, just under my brain.
Okay.
Red says B, yellow says.
Well,
you just want it color coded.
Well, yeah, you've got it color coded the buttons that are on the controller in front of you.
Maybe that's what it is.
Going back to like older games, when they would attack you, the attacks were color coded. Red was unblockable. You actually had to dodge that. Where yellow, you could block it or whatever. So
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
It's
be
just
as
not
Perry.
the conversation I expected when we were talking about Bond. Was the color of the flashes? I will say I definitely early on kept pressing the triangle button to parry Arkham style.
Yeah.
What about the shooting? Because
Well, hold on, I haven't. Let me. If we're
What
if we're
about
not
the
done with
No, no,
melee, I
Zach,
got
Zach
things to
wants to dip
say.
in on this.
I love the melee combat. I'm looking to get into scraps. I think it's super cool. It is kind of needlessly complex to CB's point. Like I don't know why the charge is separate from the throw. Like I don't know why.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's kind of weird. The tax sim helps with that. Some if you go into that, they kind of spell out. They slow you down a little bit more to show you some of that stuff if you're interested. But for me, I feel like I'm in a Daniel Craig fight every time. Like just using everything around me to just beat these people in these brutal fights. The environment's getting just destroyed. You know, it's
slamming
like
people's faces into countertops is fun.
I think it's so fun. You can like use the throw button, throw somebody over like a table, and then you can just slide over while they're staggered and like kick them in the face, and then charge them into the wall, and then like beat their face against the wall, and it feels cool, man.
I actually do enjoy being in combat with multiple people because, like, again, you throw one over the counter, you're fighting one. As the guy gets up behind the counter, you're like, throw this item and like hit him in the face with a coffee cup.
Yeah.
So like, there's some really fun, dumb things you can do with it.
I think it's I don't know if it's just in my mind or something, but I feel like the other enemies don't super wait long like they did in Arkham.
No,
I feel like as soon as you throw one guy away, the other guy's taking a swing at you right away.
They will, like, even if you're engaged in combat, like they will come in and start fighting you as well.
Yeah, for sure.
The only time they don't is when they draw guns. Like if you are beating somebody up with a gun, they will not shoot.
Which makes sense. That's their friend.
Henchman number 4 doesn't mean anything. Shoot
Not to
him.
us, but it does to henchman number 3.
Right. He has a wife and kids. His name is Gary. Really cool.
There's
he always
one
brings
of
these
those
little sandwiches at lunch.
There's one of those melee combat
that so, Gary.
segments at the beginning of the game where I felt like I was in a fighting game where like you're going through and busting through environments and then standing back up and getting back into a scrap. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of cool. Like you see those
that felt very Uncharted.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I love the melee combat. Adore it.
The shooting is a little lackluster.
Okay.
I know Zach's gonna love the fact that it's got it. Oh God, what is it called from Red Dead? Deadeye.
Yes, it has slow-mo shooting, I guess, but that's common in games.
I was gonna say,
but the way they do it,
it.
it's just the shootings. It does feel like the shooting has more weight to it. Like you can just straight up headshot everybody. One shot kills.
Mm-hmm.
You shoot them in the leg, it will stagger them. It's just the aiming to me just seems a little off. But other than that, like the actual like gun fight for it is fairly realistic. Headshots matter, like center mass shots matter. Like you can shoot them in the leg, you can shoot the guns out of their hands.
Right.
Yeah.
Which,
like, to me, those things matter in a gunfight, like type of game. It's like, okay, you actually paid attention in class. That does. It's just for me, the aiming seems a little slow and chunky.
I do think you're right. I think you can tell IO hasn't made a real they haven't made a proper shooter since Kenny Lynch 2, right?
Yes.
So it's been a while for them. I do like that you're sort of incentivized to keep rolling through weapons, because when you run out of a clip, you can just chuck it at a dude's head and then take him down, take his gun,
and the reload takes a while.
And the reload takes a while, and I think it's on purpose because you can also just sprint and kick up a gun while you're running to cover, off the ground, and then just start shooting a guy. Yeah, then chuck it to the guy on the left to stagger him while you go beat up his friend, and then use a friend's gun to shoot his pal over there. It feels slick.
That part about it is cool, but if I have the ammo, I'm a government assassin. I should be well versed in the guns that I have. Yes, I have a smaller amount of ammo than most games, but I shouldn't be fumbling reloading a pistol as hard as Bond does.
Sure, I hear you on that.
I was gonna say he's 007.
It's just God,
no,
how
you gotta earn the number.
He's got to earn it.
It's a very slow reload.
The campaign is named "Earn the Number."
Well, yeah, but they're not just. Hey, you come over here. Yeah, you ever fire a gun before? No? Okay, yeah, well,
I think you
here's
might
your
be surprised.
I think you might be surprised as well.
that is dumb.
I will say that my biggest problem with the game is the AI is unbelievably dumb.
I had a stack of like 7 or 8 bodies in the corner.
I just try to see how many I can stack in a spot. I think it's funny because for some reason every time they come around in the corner, they're like, "Hey, buddy, wake up! Up, take down, add you to the pile,
Man.
bud."
They're dumber than PS2 Splinter Cell guards.
Yeah.
They are unbelievably dumb. Oh
I've
no,
re-
this random radio in the middle of nowhere turned on. Better go check this out.
That
And then
is a pretty
stare at
fun
it.
aspect of this, though. The way that they've incorporated the watch.
The Q
We're-
watch is so fun.
And I'm much earlier on than you guys, but I mean, I know it's silly, like what's that noise? But the instead of throwing a noise or throwing a bottle like we do in every other stealth game, you're using your watch to trigger something to distract the guard over there.
I made that mistake early on in the game. I was like, oh look, it says throw. Like I could distract somebody with it. No, like he just beans this dude in the side of the head.
Yeah.
And he's
I
like,
thought it was-
hey,
I thought-
why'd you do that? I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I did the same thing because my guy was standing next to another guy, and I was trying to distract both of them, and no, it threw him right in the dome. And then the other guy like knew I was there, so yeah, that's frustrating.
The Q watch is a lot of fun. Start incorporating it in your combat fighting.
Okay, like while
Oh, dude, it's great. Like you'll be like, throw this guy, parry this guy, block this guy, stun with the watch, and just keep the combat going. Like I said, the melee combat is very bloated, but there's just so much that you can do with it.
yeah.
And like Zach said earlier, like the throw and the charge should have been on the same thing.
I'm not totally certain why those are different.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I have run into a few issues on when you're in cover and you're trying to move from cover to cover, the game just like glitches out, and for some reason, like you don't want to like move. Like I'll just sit there and like cover.
I think I was trying to like move like I do in Gears, right? Like that's what I wanted Bond to do, is like be in cover and then like automatically go to another cover. Is that what you're trying to do? Because I couldn't get that to work that way for me.
So there's the button combination where you can swap cover or sprint to cover.
Yeah, but that's only if you're standing. Like you can press a button while you're running to sprint to cover, but I want to while I'm in cover, just go to another cover automatically.
No, you can do it while crouching too, because there's a very specific scene where you have to do that.
I think he's talking specifically about the Gears of War, like the icons that help direct you.
Yeah.
But they want to keep you in motion here. How often do you see in the movies he's just popping shotting for 10 minutes straight, though,
Yeah.
Stop and pop.
Well,
there we go. That's what
my question for you guys is like, how much balance is there between stealth and actiony stuff, like the set pieces?
However you want to play it.
Is it?
Yeah, I think. Right. Well, not like, because the shootouts are in determined situations, right? Like where you get the license to kill.
Sometimes, like if you pick a fight with a big group, like the Lenny Kravitz section of the game, there are areas where there's a lot of guys, and you can just, okay, I'm going to punch that guy and just set off a chain of events, because you don't get the license to kill until somebody draws a gun.
Yeah,
so it actually has like rules of engagement.
Yeah.
But like, but I will say, when you are in an area where there's a bunch of guys and you like shoot, and those guys are down, but you can still see a couple guys off in the distance. For some reason, they're just like, I guess something's going on over there, but I'm not going to go look.
Are those fireworks?
Well,
the pace slows down most for the espionage levels, where you're kind of in a social environment and you have like 3 or 4 different ways you can approach things.
Yes,
that to me is where like it slows down and gets a little more, feels a little more sneaky. Yeah, and it's Hitman light though. Like I feel like if you say Hitman-y, people are going to get overblown expectations, because it's not like it's just a total sandbox. It's like, you get 3 or 4 different routes, and that is fun, and it does make you want to replay to check them out. But like you could talk your way through areas, or you can usually climb around, or I guess, crouch down and sneak. But I don't know. There's just a lot of different options. It is cool
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah,
I just got worried because there's a lot of focus on stealth at the beginning of the game where I'm at, and it's one of those where I'm doing stealth and I mess up, and then I feel like I'm gonna regret that later. You know what I mean? Like, is
No.
there any incentive for stealthing my way through something, or if
No,
I
no.
mess up, am I okay just to keep going?
That's why they have the situation contained system where as long as you beat up the guys in that area without a gun going off, like the rest of the compound doesn't hear about it.
Okay.
Because it feels like you're allowed to mess up. This is Bond. Things get messy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've only come across one area where if you break the stealth, it's just an auto like, nope, you failed this mission.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I just feel like I just go hide somewhere and wait for them to, must have been the wind.
Oh, use the bluff or intimidation stuff too.
I did that a little bit too. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
good.
it's just, hey, you're not supposed to be here. Oh, yeah, I'm here doing this.
Sorry, man. I'm here to fix a copy. Yeah, it just keeps walking. That's good stuff.
Have you come across the door inspector line?
No, I don't think so. But that's good.
Oh.
See. Speaking of the lines, though, how do you guys feel about Patrick Gibson as Bond?
That's what I was gonna be my next question.
I like it. The one-liners are great. It feels like a mix of older Bonds, but with some more gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Like
the only thing
you get the Connery like one-liners and the like Bronson one-liners, but with like the heavy-handedness of like a Daniel Craig one-liner.
My thing with him is, has he earned that swagger yet? Like, I don't know. Like, I know he's earning the number, but he's also already super cocky, right?
Well,
Like,
that's why he's Bond, right? It's not
Yeah.
just the number.
Yeah.
so it's just innate. in
He's
him.
why
Dude,
he's former military. Like that's the whole thing is he was a problem child in the military,
Mhm.
and now he's their problem child.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think he pulls off the swagger more than I expected, especially due to how young the actor looks.
Right.
I just thought it'd be hard to buy him, but yeah, no, I totally buy in. And like CB said, he delivers the one-liners with sincerity. It's not like he's winking at the camera. This guy just loves saying cheeky stuff.
Even if like there's a few times where like he's delivering a line that, granted, you almost always see the back of his head when he does it, but you can almost feel like there's just a stupid grin. It's like, haha, they're gonna laugh at this.
I feel like he's smirking 90% of the game.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. But I also love that he is confident. He's got to have that swagger, but he also doesn't know what he's doing yet. He doesn't know all the inner workings of MI6. You know what I mean? So like
The amount of times like blind luck will only get you so far.
As he continues to get far. So I think Patrick Gibson is great as Bond. So that's the most important casting. Though I think Greenway is also a phenomenal character.
Yeah.
His mentor.
one other thing. The driving feels really good. It feels arcadey in a way. Like it's not simulation.
Yes.
Mhm.
I like how arcadey the driving feels. That's really fun. I'm looking
I
forward.
wish
to
there was
seeing what
more
else-
of it.
Yeah, I was gonna. That's a bummer. Boy, they didn't use that much, huh? Because
It's interesting. I feel like there's more than I would have thought, but I guess I'm thinking about old Bond games where you get like 2 car levels a game.
right.
There's a few, but it's just they're not long. There's like one really long one that I can think of, but
Mhm.
I would have liked to see some more driving, especially with like Bond's always had cool cars, man.
Sure.
So I wanted some more of that.
There's more I want to say, but I feel it. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel like my major critiques would be the first third. I did end up liking, but is something they didn't advertise at all, and it goes on for a while. It takes a while for the plot and all of the trailers to start.
Yes.
Like a surprisingly long time. But I think I like that. I like a slow paced story, but I do feel like that's something people might want to be aware of. And then the other thing is, dude, there is an extraordinary amount of just walking and talking.
Lots
Of, like a great deal. Like if you hated the parts of Gears of War where Marcus had to slow down and like talk over the comms, you're want to throw your controller at the screen for this game.
Yeah,
because it is pretty constant in some areas.
I don't know, but I've been enjoying a little bit that I've had.
Again, these are not that one. I guess is a little bit of a criticism, but I think that was just like I was ready to get on the adventure. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So my only criticism is the AI is dumb.
Yeah,
like it's real dumb.
I mean, I don't mind because I'm able to exploit it, but it also is kind of like, boy, I am playing a PS2 game here.
It does.
Yeah.
The game is like so fun that I'm already thinking about what I could do on a replay because of the options.
Okay.
I've been thinking about that too. Like how far can you make it while being like, this is the first time I want to play through it, but like be like, how far can I make it being stealthy? Or just let's just go through and crash the party and go bananas.
Yeah. That is 007 First Light. I'm sure you'll hear us talk about it in subsequent weeks. CB will have it finished tonight.
Yep.
I'm still very early. I only got to play it for like an hour or two on release night. So I still tomorrow is the last day of school before summer break. So it's been a busy week.
Dude, I think you'll really like the main story has a surprising amount of twists and turns.
All right, cool.
I don't think it's as predictable as one might assume.
Gotcha. All right. Before we move on to our From the Outside In topic, I got a bunch of other games to talk about. I sat down with some of our contributing writers, and they've got some really great games to talk about. We're going to play those for you guys right now. Thanks, everybody. Do appreciate it. Moving on, just a reminder about our website, thegamingoutsider.com. If you have not visited in a while, please do so. We've got all kinds of written content on there. Speaking of James Bond, Sean Coates wrote quite a retrospective on James Bond video games. He basically went through, if not all, most of the catalog of James Bond video games and talked about each of them and gave trailers and synopsis and some of his personal history about it. It's a really fun read. Highly recommend checking that out. Also, David's review of Causal Loop is up on the site. Mark's review of the Myst remake on PlayStation. Mark's also reviewed a prologue for Roadhouse Simulator, which is exactly what it sounds like. And Alyssa checked out a game called 1997 Reloaded, and you can read her review on the site. Also, you can find all of our episodes there if you don't have a podcast app. But yeah, you can go there. thegamingoutsider.com. With that, let's go ahead and jump into our From the Outside In topic. Happy 600 episodes, fellas. It's been quite a ride here. We're going to share our favorite moments in just a bit. But before we do, David Newman, one of our writers, suggested taking a look back when we started podcasting and discuss how gaming has changed since then. What do you think is the biggest difference in terms of now versus back before you sat in front of a mic talking about games? Zach, what do you think? What's the biggest difference between now and then?
Between now and before I started?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like the biggest note I have after all these hundreds of episodes is just how much the gaming community has changed.
Yeah.
For the worse. Much, much worse. Because, before I started on the mic, that was, what did I join, 2018-ish, 2017-ish?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the beginning of kind of the annoying time. I feel like I'm about to make both sides of the political aisle upset here real quick, but that was the start of the annoying time of like, I can't believe there's no gay character in this game, or why can't so-and-so be black, right? But the swing back has been about 100 times worse than that ever was. Just everything is like a cultural meltdown now. Mm-hmm. I feel like I don't even know what woke means, but it's applied to every single game now, right? Like Bond is woke, even though he's a white dude banging a bunch of chicks. Like I don't like what else do you guys want? I don't know.
It's respectfully. He's doing it respectfully.
Yeah, it's too respectful for you. Yeah,
Yay for consent.
Yeah, I was gonna say, unlike Connery and Thunderball, he actually gets consent first. How woke. It's just like it just sucks out there.
He's got a pocket full of the condoms that take 4 hands to open.
Oh yeah. He looks at the camera and says, "There's someone we forgot to ask."
Right.
So I just
Wow.
I think it's just it's a grifter cesspool out there. I think is the biggest difference for
Yeah, to your point, I feel like when I was younger, I was like, man, I can't wait for more people to get into games because I felt like an outsider. And now that they're all here, I'm like, nah. Change
No,
my
let's go
mind.
back.
Can we go
Yeah,
back?
I mean it's because the algorithms all monetize negativity because negativity gets more interactions, right?
Right. Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and the worst part is none of these people believe a friggin' word they're saying. They're just trying to hit whatever points they can to get more people engaged, and it's just
that
just
and bots.
it's just exhausting. We can't nobody and like no one's ever happy, I guess, about a game.
Yeah.
Like no one's ever celebrating. You could release a perfect game with no real faults, like Resident Evil Requiem or something, and people still find things to complain and moan about, and it's just obnoxious. There's just nothing. There's no pleasing anybody.
With
it feels
with
like.
the rise of social media, it's given everybody a platform,
Yeah, we weren't meant
whether
to.
they should have one or not.
I was gonna say we were meant to treat every opinion as though it was equal, but social media does, and it's just we're supposed to filter out the dumb people.
God, I love
as a
that line.
culture.
All right, CB, what about you?
Man, I mean, other than the fact that there's just way too much. Like I know you and I've talked about this. Like back in the day, it used to feel like you got maybe 5 to 10 good games a year.
Yeah.
And you were like, these are great. And now
Mhm.
it's just there's just so much to keep up with.
I mean, there is so
Uh,
much more, but it's also part of getting older, right? We just don't have as much time to dedicate to games as we used to because, life
CB's
is
about to be
moving.
Bond tonight.
That's true.
Right. I was about to say some of us don't have that problem, Scott.
Well, yeah.
Hey, you can't make any excuses. I got a full-time job and 3 kids and
Some people can say no to things, Scott.
Yeah, that's true.
and
I'm
I
not one of
run my
them.
Stardew Valley in real life.
Yeah. That's
Um,
the hobby of the week.
No, it's been a hobby for a while. It's actually been a hobby longer than I've been gaming.
Okay.
It's just
Broke
I
it back
finally
a
have
couple of
space to
times.
do it again. But no, it's just I feel that gaming, since I've taken the mic, there's way more, but I also feel that it's not as taboo.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like it's a little bit more accepted.
It's definitely way more accepted.
It's not a little
Mhm.
bit. I mean, it's just everybody plays games now, Scott.
It's way more accepted. It like you don't like, oh God, you play games, you're gross.
Hmm.
But it like I said, I think that's because there is so much more. It's so much more relevant and in your face
Mm-hmm.
that it's either you accept this or you're the weird one for not playing
Right.
games.
Yeah,
now.
you're the weird. Yeah, and if you judge somebody for it, it'd be like, okay, do you hate people that watch movies too? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, you're the weirdo now.
Good point.
I
Jake,
know you
how
still
about
have the chip on your shoulder from when you were 6 years old, Scott, but the world is accepting now.
Jake, what about you?
I'm gonna, I've only been here for, I think, on the show for a year, so times hasn't changed that much.
Is
But
that right?
when
It's only been a year.
That doesn't feel
Yeah.
right.
It feels longer than that.
In many
Maybe-
ways, it feels like
maybe
you've
two?
always been here.
I don't mean that in a disparaging way. Like
maybe 2.
I think it's been like at least 2.
Okay,
Jake.
maybe 2. I don't remember. I know I've been working with you guys for like at least like 6 years now.
You were around for
Oh.
episode 500.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I was. Okay.
So 2 years.
yeah.
Okay.
You've also been on a couple Game of the
I
Year
would-
episodes.
that's
Yeah,
true.
2.
Anyway,
But anyway, but when I fell in love with games, they were more about personal enjoyment than getting money or aiming at making people happy for whatever hell reason, like Zach was saying, just
Mhm.
throwing characters in there just for clout or whatever the hell you want. And playing playing Crash Bandicoot and whatever, that was for me. I was having fun. I was finding secrets. I was doing stuff. And now you've got games that are like, well, you're only going to enjoy it unless you're playing with 400 million other people, and you buy these skins and you buy this battle pass and you do this and you do that and you share your progress online and blah blah whatever. So like the scope of games has changed so much since I started liking games. I almost hate it now because again, there's so many people involved in it. They're not just people who enjoy playing the games just because the game is enjoyable. I feel like there's a negative backlash when certain people play the games because they're not playing it for themselves. They're playing to dump on other players.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like, and I get it. It's, that's the way they want to play the game. That's how they get their enjoyment out of it. But they're, a lot of like the hackers, the cheaters, the blah, blah, whatever, like you're ruining the experiences for other people because you can't play the game well, but
Right.
you still want to win. You still want to do this, whatever. And with the way that how gaming has evolved has made it more accessible for these people to just ruin everyone else's game.
Yes. But I will also say it's been easier to find and root them out. Nothing makes me happier than watching like YouTube clips together of streamers getting caught cheating live on camera.
Those are nice, but those aren't the ones those ones are getting caught because they're streaming it. Not everyone streams it.
But
why
would you stream yourself cheating? I just
because I forgot to turn my mods off.
I forgot to turn this off. You guys are stupid. People are stupid. Oh, and speaking of which, going back all the way to the news, MW4, like it's a new Call of Duty game. I don't think any of my old friends are going to be getting it. I won't be getting it because all of the Call of Duty games now have just been aimbot
multiplayer.
Well, no, not just multiplayer, but the aim assist is so strong, anyone can play them. Anyone with half a mind and two thumbs can get behind these games and play them. There's no skill. There's no skill at all. When I talk to my kid, it's called skill identity. It's how you as a player formed your skill and do stuff that you can do that nobody else can do. It's what makes you good at the game. And now they've leveled the playing field so much that it doesn't matter who you are. The game takes care of all of the skill for you.
So they don't even need matchmaking, is what you're saying?
Oh no, matchmaking is still there because there's still some level of game intelligence that happens there. But there's always a meta. There's always people that are always going to use the meta outfit or gun or whatever the hell have you. But yeah, there's so much skill expression that's taken out of these games because the game plays for you. Even Apex Legends, they said that the aim assist is so strong on it that if a character were to run at your character and jump over you, your character would aim at them all the way around. So there's no reason for you to even play games half the time anymore. Especially if they're a competitive game, because Is
this our future? Is everyone's just going to have their own AI assisted bot they're going to throw into a match? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
so monitors are releasing with AI technology in them to look at the game that you're playing, understand what pixels are a person and what pixels are not a person, and then outline them. So you can have basically wall hacks without having any hacks. Your monitor does it for you.
That's gonna ruin prop hunt.
I'm just gonna kill myself instead.
Showing my age a little. Scott, I'm pretty sure you remember this product, but do you remember when we both worked at the game stores that you used to be able to buy the little sticker to actually put on your monitor or screen to mark essentially where like head level was?
Yep. Even my monitors that I have now have a feature in it that puts a little red dot, and you can change the red dot to whatever aiming device that you ever wanted, and it's just there. It just overlays on the TV. No one can see it. If I was streaming and I showed you my screen, you'd be able to see it. But if I just showed you what I was playing, you wouldn't be able to because it's only showing
the game. Put an aiming reticle in? Or are you talking about hip shots?
Oh no, it shows you where most games with guns, you aim at the center of the screen. That's where the reticle is.
Right.
And so if you're not aiming, whatever, that little red dot will make sure that you always know where center is.
Gotcha.
So if it doesn't have a reticle in the game, you always know where
when you're looking at some of these
ultra
wide curved monitors. Though it is kind of funny when you think about it. Jake, like when you have certain people with like skill sets from older games who can just come in if the skill translates across, who can just wreck house.
Oh,
Like you take somebody who's like really good at Unreal, like Unreal 3, like especially close quarter combat, and just watch them just completely manhandle some groups.
I mean, I dominated but I did a lot of training on MW2 way back in the day. And then I went to Call of Duty Ghosts and I ruined them for however long. People would leave lobbies and call me hackers and all that nonsense. That was hilarious. And then I went to the new Modern Warfares because I thought that was going to be great. And oh my God, it just, the recoil is controlled. They aim for you. You know, you don't even, it's terrible. There's so much hand holding nowadays because not everybody is good at the game. And so the game companies make everyone good at the game like that.
Well, Scott always gives me crap because like my style of play comes from Unreal Tournament though.
Yeah.
Give me the shotgun and just the guys are in that room. Go.
Right. Yeah, and it was good, but you physically had to aim. You had to like get in there and actually look at them. And now it's like you walk in there, you aim at them, and the game stops your reticle on them so that you have a better chance of hitting them. Like it's a skill-based game with skill-based matchmaking, and you've taken all the skill out of it because you're trying to appease everyone.
Wow, that was not a conversation I expected to come out of that.
What about you, Scott?
But again, watching me play Crash Bandicoot way back in the day is nuts because I will do that like slide jump and fly through maps because I know the game so well. But then, nowadays there'd be like barriers on the side to make sure Crash can't fall off because not everyone is good at platformers.
Bumpers like in bowling.
Oh, I would. You can't actually fall off the map because there are side things there. You just have to be, make it from this platform to that platform.
This stick is in the way. You cannot pass.
I think for me, the biggest difference I've got since starting this podcast is I play significantly less for pure enjoyment than I did before. Because back in the day, I was only playing just because I enjoyed the game and I wanted to see what it was. And if I got a game and I didn't like it, I just moved on and got something else. Right. Mm-hmm. Now I feel like, number one, I'm not even playing games nearly as much as I am because I spend so much time doing stuff for this and emails and R2V2 and all this kind of stuff. So there's not as much time to do it. So I do feel like, when I get some free time to actually sit down and enjoy, it brings me back. I was listening to this is hilarious that this is a thing, but I was listening to the Final Fantasy 13 soundtrack today. And the last time I played Final Fantasy 13 was way before we started recording a podcast. And I got weirdly nostalgic listening to that music. That game, first off, it's weird if you feel nostalgic about a game that is what, 15? How many years ago? How long ago was Final Fantasy 13? That was PS3 era.
2010.
2010?
Mm-hmm. Or 2009. One of the two.
Okay.
Either way, long time. I mean, that's perfect. That is a perfectly fine amount of time to be nostalgic for.
But it's weird that game is that old. Like, I don't, that the game doesn't feel like Final Fantasy 13.
2014.
It was 2014?
It was not 2014. That would have been a PS4 game.
This is definitely a PS3 game. For sure. Because I remember I played it on
this time.
2009. There it is. Okay. Yep. I looked at the wrong spot. My bad.
Okay. So 17 years ago. Holy crap. That is, so that was before we started doing
March 2010 for us Americans.
Oh, there it is.
That's still wild to think, though, that 13 was that long ago. We've only essentially had 2 more numbered titles in the sequence since then.
But hearing that music, I don't know if you know the theme song from Final Fantasy 13. It's been burned in my head because I like that game a lot more than most people for some reason.
I love that. I think that game's great.
Yeah, but hearing that music was like, wow, I was just enjoying that game. I wasn't playing it because I needed to talk about it on a show. I wasn't playing it because I had to write a review about it. I was playing it just because I wanted to see what happened next in the story, and I love the combat. I love the leveling up system. I love the paradigm system. And I was like, and it's not like that's not happening now, but that's
Mhm.
all it was. That's all gaming was for me, was just
Sure.
pure enjoyment. And I feel like, doing the podcast has been like a justification for something that makes me happy, where I'm like, where it's like I'm doing something with it. I think
Mhm.
that's like a personal thing with me, is that I can't just enjoy something to enjoy it anymore. I have to be doing something constructive with it. So I
Sure. I
think
feel
that's
like I always have to apply like a somewhat critical lens. Like the Bond critiques of like the first third is weird, and the walk and talk or whatever. Like I don't know. I don't know if I would have those critiques if I wasn't trying to be a
right,
podcaster
but I feel like
objective about it.
we do that a little bit differently here, where like we're not picking it apart to look for it.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where I feel like a lot of critics that I listen to in all mediums, whether it be books, films, music, video games, anything, they're like, okay, my job is to find what's wrong with this game. And I don't feel like we
Mhm.
approach games here like that. We just,
No, we don't. Yeah.
we just kind of we look for what we enjoy first, and then like,
Mhm.
we had this issue a little bit. You know what I mean? We do it critically, but
No,
anyway,
of course. Yeah.
yeah. All right. So after 600 episodes, there's a lot of memories to unpack. So I want two things from each of you guys. First, a favorite memory from doing the podcast itself, something funny that happened on the show or a topic that we talked about, whatever. And then another gaming outsider memory outside of the podcast itself. Like, we've done things either hanging out together or, R2V2 related. So two favorite memories. Jake, we're going to start with you.
Oh, why? That's gross.
Because your name's first.
And
You're the newest to the core group.
And you've had the access to the format for several days, so obviously you have your memories ready.
I don't know about a favorite moment on the show, but there's lots of things where I fall back in my chair and I laugh, and I think those moments are great. But none of them stand out to me as like this one was amazing. They're all all near and dear to my heart. So there's not one that's like, oh, I can't believe that just happened. One of the things though that I will mention is how I came to be part of the group, because I love this story and I think it's so weird.
You didn't know any of us. Like, we didn't know you by name. We'd never met you.
No, it gets weirder. But so I had just started real estate, and Mindy told me to help with my business, I need to find my people. And so I was going into work and I was listening to radio, and a commercial for R2V2 came over the radio. And I was like, man, I have to be involved. So I started helping. I started doing that stuff, blah, blah, blah. That's not even the main story. It's not even it. So I start messing with you guys, and this is after R2V2. This is after the first one. And I saw on Facebook that you guys were holding a yard sale. And I was like, I have to go. I have to be around these people if I'm going to be part of these people, I need to be around these people. I need to show up to things. So I was like, had no interest in going to a yard sale, but I went to the yard sale anyway, because I wanted to be around you guys. And for whatever reason, you guys were talking about starting a D&D group. And Scott mentioned to me that they were looking for a fifth player, and that if I had ever played before, yeah. It's so weird. And so I was, I don't know why you asked me if I would be interested in playing, but I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah. That's, in my mind, I'm like, this is an in, this is perfect. This is, whatever.
I'm
And
going to sell them all kinds of real estate.
Right. Well, not even that. I don't care about that. I wanted to be part of the Gaming Outsider. I wanted to help the group. And so that came and went, and all that nonsense and blah, blah, whatever. And then I saw on Facebook, like, however long later, that you guys had started the D&D campaign, and it was like on its second week or whatever. And I was like, and so then I was like,
oh, so you were angry.
I was kind of upset that I had made this comment, and I'd talked to you and all this stuff, and this whole, like, I planned to go whatever. And I think I messaged you and I was like, hey, is that D&D campaign ever going to start up? And you were like, yeah. And I was like, well, can I still be invited? Like, is that still a thing? And so I came in on like the third week and just stood there. And
Kevin was like, no.
Right.
Level 7s and above only.
One of my favorite memories is that we were walking up to the garage or something, and Scott goes, just to warn you, we swear and we drink while we play. And I went, Oh no, really? you guys swear?
Oh, I miss that old garage.
Oh man, we had a lot of good memories in that garage playing D&D.
And
We
so
didn't we get like, what was that weird jerky you were getting a package of, like,
Oh yeah,
monster
exotic meats?
the mythical
Meats.
Oh,
Oh, I remember that. That was a good time. Your fridge
So-
that like worked sometimes.
Yep.
occasionally.
It was a crapshoot whether or not your beer was going to be cold by the time you showed up.
But
Good
yeah,
times.
dealing with and I didn't even know, anyone's name or whatever during the first R2V2. I remember working the door and handing out bags, and you guys would walk by randomly, and I specifically remember, and I don't know why I specifically remember this, but I remember one of you guys talking about like how cool it was that Kevin stood outside in the rain the entire time, and I was like, that kind of sucks. Why would you treat one of your members that way? Come to find out, Kevin was not a member.
You just did
Scott
that.
made him stand in the rain.
You just built that way.
Are you okay with this? Yeah, I'm already. I'm
Came
already
inside
wet.
soaking wet, just like
He was wearing basically a garbage bag, like outside the entire time.
Yeah.
Like directing traffic. Because the very first R2V2, it rained like all day. Oh, I forgot about that. Man, that was a
So
fun day.
that's my story for tonight.
All right. CB, you're up.
oh man, where do I start?
One from the podcast, one from outside the podcast.
I know, but
Hi, my name is CB.
I'm trying to think of like
I'm an
which
alcoholic.
way do we go? Do we go trapezoids? Do we go crickets?
The crickets. Just tell the stories, man.
Well, I'm allowed one
Okay. all
one
right.
I only had
podcast,
one.
one podcast and one regular one. As far as podcasts go, I legitimately think it was probably the first like for me it's always going to be having like John or Tom Kalinske on.
Yeah, those are good.
Just because like these are two people from
John St. John, for those.
and yeah, John St. John. Signed poster over there on the wall.
That was a
but have-
surreal moment when we got him on the show.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
holy crap.
That was that because I remember how that happened. It was the same thing. You were sitting here like, hey, we're rebooting the podcast. Because at that point in time, we hadn't even I think we had set up the day at Chad's house where Scott showed up in a suit and showed us clips of Rockstar and preached to us the glory of
I had a
the glory
slight
that is Rockstar.
Okay, let me back up and explain. So for people that don't know, the Gaming Outsider was a different group of people. I'm the only one that's still here. The rest of the team we had a falling out, I will say.
He is the.
I was there.
outsider.
Well, you weren't on the podcast though, were you?
My first episode was episode 50.
Okay, so you had been on, but you weren't a regular. Is that fair
No.
to say?
I was running all the Patreon stuff back then. The Retro
Okay, yeah, I do
Outsider.
remember that. So anyway, I had this
First-time
falling
caller,
out with
long-time
the
listener.
I had falling out with the original team. I thought the Gaming Outsider was dead. I really I was very, very depressed and upset. And
I know.
CB and Chris Owens, and Chad and Christina all came and said, we're going to help you keep this thing alive.
I remember exactly where I was standing when I had that phone conversation with you.
Oh yeah,
Outside, it was outside the back door at the old ambulance company that I used to work at.
Okay.
Because I remember the post went live. I called you up and I'm like, hell no, you're not done.
It was a very, very dark time for me, man. Because I had tried podcasting with the official Thread podcast first, and that failed. And I was like, I'm not gonna I don't want this thing to fail again. And I felt like this was over. And these guys said, well, we're gonna help you make this thing. So I organized a meeting at Chad's house in the basement. And I had a meeting. I actually made a PowerPoint presentation, and yes, I used clips from the movie Rockstar in that presentation.
I traveled into Rockford for that.
You did
Yep.
travel in, yeah. And we sat, and then
we recorded it live.
re-record.
Well,
Well,
the
not
group.
live.
Well,
Yeah,
not live, but we recorded it. Well, it was essentially a live recording.
it was like
wasn't
a
edited.
round table kind of sitting around a
Yes.
microphone and having this. But Chad had like a pet snake or something.
It was a lizard.
a lizard, and he fed it
Crickets.
crickets. So there was live crickets in the basement. And if you go back and listen to that episode, you can hear just back the entire time.
So that's that part.
Yeah.
What Scott didn't know at the time was when we were recording that, I had contacted John St. John about, hey, we're in the middle of rebooting this podcast. Would you be interested in coming on to the show?
Didn't you have me write that email?
No, because I reached out to him through Facebook.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
It was Tom Kalinske that I had you write the email for.
Okay.
So I contacted John, and he's like, yeah, I would love to be on your show. So we finish doing this like little round table discussion as we're getting ready to leave. I'm like, hey, just so you know, I got us an interview. And Scott's like, you what? I'm like, yeah, John St. John, the voice of Duke Nukem. I'm friends with him on Facebook. Like, he'd like to be on our show. And you're like, hold the phone. We now have to hard divert. So if you actually go back and listen to that episode, part of the episode is all of us talking.
Oh, this was on air when you told this.
Yeah, so you're like listening. We're all sitting here talking with the crickets in the background, and then it hard cuts to us having an interview with John St. John.
Oh, it didn't happen right there.
We originally cut that. The first episode was all together as one. It was us having the conversation as a group because we.
We recorded it later, but then spliced it in. Is what you're saying?
But we had that like little 15 minutes, like introducing who we were and what we were going to be doing.
Gotcha.
And then it was the John St. John interview.
Yeah, and that was a fun interview. And just to piggyback off of that, again, that dark time that I was talking about, if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you know we start each episode with a bumper of a voice actor from video games. And the reason that happened is I had become friends with Sissy Jones, who was our first guest at R2V2. I was actually on Sean Fuller's podcast with her. We became friends. And then she came and did an interview with one of my students who wanted to be a voice actor. And then I had told her about this falling out with my crew. She went to a bunch of her voice actor buddies and said, hey, would you record this bumper for this podcast for me? So like almost all those bumpers that you hear were like when we rebooted, and we've been using them ever since. So it was just
we were all laughing because we kept getting them like every day. It's like, we got another one.
Yeah, that was a big moment. I was like, oh, this is awesome. No, we've gotten some since then. Tim Kitzrow, we actually ran into him at MGC and got him to do that. So yeah. So that is your outside of the no, that is a podcast memory.
That's the podcast one.
All right, what's your outside of the podcast?
Outside the podcast was the first year we did R2V2. Every minute of it. Yeah. Because that entire summer from how I sprung this on you.
Scott, we're gonna do a video game convention. Click.
Like from that to what it snowballed into.
Mm-hmm.
Because then like going into the radio station, recording that, and driving around together, papering places around town, and then just
pulling over it in Taco
you and me
Bell
being together the first time we heard it air on the radio.
Yeah,
because you have a video of me with that stupid grin, just like
it was like we just heard our voices on the radio for the first time. That was a pretty cool moment. So yeah,
but it was all that, and then meeting like everybody from that first one, like pulling all that together. But one of the most memorable moments of all that was just going around and like doing everything. And then the one night you're like, hey, the girls are here in town. We got to have they want to have dinner.
Oh yeah.
So it was
went to Alchemy, right?
Yep. Well, it was you, me, Sissy, Melissa, and Courtney all having drinks and dinner at Alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been such a surreal moment in my, because I'm like sitting across the table from like me being just some dumb gamer from Rockford, sitting across the table from a BAFTA award-winning actress, having dinner, just being like, yeah, thanks for inviting it. Like having somebody of that caliber say thank you for inviting me, and just sitting down and just having a genuine conversation with the three of them was like one of the most wild things ever.
Yeah, very surreal, very humbling. It was really cool. So, and
then it's without 600 episodes, it wouldn't be right for me to not pull a CB. I have a sad moment.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I thought you were gonna have another story.
Having E3 die.
Oh yeah, having you get accepted to go to E3 the year that it cancels.
Yeah, Scott has hung that over my head every
Ah.
year since.
Good times. All right, Zach, you're up.
Well, my favorite memory would be going to E3.
What was that, CB? Twist the knife.
Oh, not to mention the time that Scott gave away the statue that he promised me to some rando dude.
Oh my
I
god,
played Watch Dogs early for that.
I did, and I never
So,
played the
yeah.
real game.
Oh
I never
my
played the
goodness.
base game.
All good.
I'm
No, I mean,
sorry,
seriously,
Jack, I mean,
that is legitimately my favorite moment. You know, sorry, CB. And recording those episodes live while we're all excited and giddy from the games we played, or
Oh my god, we sat with a microphone in between us, me sitting on my
Mhm.
bed, you sitting on your bed, just like for 2 or 3 hours every night.
with
It's pretty-
your outlet like 6 feet above your head.
Yeah.
yep, yeah.
Wait,
And,
like,
and,
My
You guys
camera
ever
still
turn
hates
on?
you to this day.
just
Oh
hanging
my
out,
god, yeah, we
We can't
had
tell that
the-
story out there, but my
Can't
camera
tell it.
hates both of you.
just hanging out in Compton, eating
I was in my
cream cheese
kitchen and I
pastries
came
full of
out.
bugs.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
Car crash,
I
yeah.
remember sitting in the car. You're like, is it bad? I'm hungry. I just kind of want to eat this anyway. Like
Yeah,
you
with the
wanted my
bugs on it,
approval.
yeah. I ate most of that thing anyway. It was tough times.
That was
Well,
also
you
the
know,
that was
the
also the
food-
trip that I met the Tetris guy and didn't realize it was him.
yeah. This
Till-
is and I remember yeah, it's a super cool trip. Obviously,
Yeah.
killer.
Any
Even-
memories from doing the show?
That is doing the show.
Okay, yeah, okay. So outside of the show,
Okay,
then.
recorded. I feel like my favorite memories from outside of the show. I'm gonna keep it general as to not pick favorites. Is whenever I've gotten like a fan art or a letter or a meaningful message from the listeners.
Yeah.
That's those moments always shine for me, and I'm not gonna name names, but they know who they are. Just I don't want anybody to think they're favorite. It's just that stuff's super cool. That stuff means a lot, and I still have all of that stuff that's ever been sent to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Boy, like CB said, there's so many moments.
Mhm.
But I mean, just in general, like anytime Jacob loses control and laughs, it's just like the funniest thing ever. Like when we get him, that's great. But I really love the topic that we did where we renamed genres. Like I feel like I laughed so hard that episode. Schmacross became a thing.
Schmaggle.
But like it was just but it was a genuinely fun conversation too, just because of like I feel like we were it was like a brainstorming session that just was a lot of fun I actually went back and re-listened to that episode. It was a lot of fun. The trapezoids was good. I actually was telling my students about that today because we're learning about trapezoids in geometry. So of course that story had to come up. But that is so many. I could sit here and just spout off memories, but outside of the podcast, it is again Sissy Jones related. It wasn't even the podcast itself. It did open doors for the podcast, but the first time that I found out that Sissy was going to interview one of my students, I was on cloud 9 because this was after John St. John, right? That's what had to have been, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so we had the John St. John moment, but Sissy was a current voice actor that was doing games that were coming out now, and she was still making things, and she was doing cartoons, and I was going to make this student's day. I remember
on a Disney show. Yeah,
right.
Like she was. Yeah,
Owl House.
Right. Yeah, I was mowing the lawn when I got the text message that she was going to do it. And I was so excited. I felt like we had arrived as a podcast. And I remember I was mowing, but the windows were open, and I turned on my headphones and was singing whatever song I was singing out loud because I was mowing the lawn, just singing as loud as I could and dancing while I was mowing. And my wife could see all this through the window and proceeded to make fun of me when I came inside. Just like I could hear you over the mower. That's how loud I was singing. So. But that was the first of many moments that really kind of legitimized what we were doing here. You know what I mean? Where And just since then, we've talked to so many interesting people in the games industry, voice actors, authors, developers,
Mhm.
and each one feels like such a special thing to me. I know some people podcast forever and ever, and it's just old hat. Oh yeah, we're talking to Phil Spencer today. But like even when it's someone that's not as high caliber as Phil Spencer, I just feel so honored to be able to do this. You know what I mean? It's just awesome.
I think that's the moment when it's time to hang it up, is when you're like, oh, okay, I'm talking to them.
Yeah. Or there was a moment where I interviewed a Brazilian game developer that didn't speak English, only spoke Portuguese, I believe. And one of our listeners was bilingual and actually translated the interview for us. So I was in America talking to someone in Brazil and Portugal at the same time. Like the technology idea was just mind blowing to me. It was just, I'm just still blown away. I understand that's kind of common now, but 10, 15 years ago, that was still kind of like nobody was doing that. You know what I mean? I mean, not nobody, but like not everybody was doing that. Now it's kind of commonplace, but yeah. So
There's
those are
still so many like secret stories I would love to tell on here.
Oh man, maybe we should do an after dark like a Patreon episode and tell
about the super secret Scott picture for sale.
That one's not bad.
Scott picture.
That was
when we hid this.
Oh, the one on the website.
Yeah.
So I'll tell this one. So we used to sell things on the website, 3D printed things and masks, right? And unbeknownst to me, CB put on there
it was me and Nate.
You and Nate, okay. Nate, our former producer, put a autographed picture of Scott Clark and put a price tag of like $500 or something on it.
It was $99.
$99, yeah. Like I don't know what is going to happen if anybody was going to pay for that.
Well, you really had to move the mouse around in a certain spot to find the clickable link for it. This guy was like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, we forgot that was there."
Thankfully, nobody bought it. That would have been awkward, but
you know what?
Yeah.
Just because it's inside baseball, Scott.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Not wash the dishes?
Oh my God.
That's why I said there's so many stories we could tell.
Nobody knows that story.
I know that's the best part.
Do I tell that story?
No, you do not tell that story because in case that person still listens.
No.
Okay. Because that episode, we actually scrapped that entire episode, if I remember.
I know.
I know this.
It's the lost episode.
I'm sorry. I'm going to share another memory.
Look, sometimes it's heated. Chairs get thrown against walls.
Sometimes you just rip off your headphones and
just storm away.
Sometimes your blanket and pillow just winds up on the stairs, like right over. Get thrown down the stairs in the middle of an episode. Guess I'm sleeping in the basement tonight.
Yeah,
that was before your time, Jake. That's a story. I do have a story that I can share, and this was a fun one. CB, the first time that we actually did the gaming outside.
My porch.
We decided to set up a TV and play old Nintendo games on your porch, which wasn't even podcast related. We just decided to do it and played through Little Samson and a bunch of other that was a great day, man. That was so much fun. We tried to recreate it again here, if you remember.
Yeah.
And that was the day my PS4 died when I fired up Ghost of Tsushima for the first time. I was enjoying that game, and my PS4 just died in the middle of the game.
The infamous PT PS4 as well.
Lost PT.
I lost PT that day. Yeah,
I still got it. If you want to come over, play PT.
I have no desire to play it. But okay, I could sit here and do memories all day long. We should move on because we got some listener comments, and I'm going to preface the listener comments by saying I kind of debated asking for stuff from listeners because I didn't want it to be like a gloating or I didn't want it to be a showering us with praise kind of thing. But we had some really heartfelt comments, and I'm going to start if that's okay with you guys because this one for me stuck out.
Not, but that's fine.
It's it's too bad.
There he is.
Shut up, the gaming outsider. Over on Discord, Jay Henry wrote in, and this just kind of touched me. Jay says, more of a personal moment, but the gaming outsider helped me through a rough chapter in my life. Years ago, I worked cleaning buses And while it may not sound like much, there were some dark times mentally where life felt heavy and repetitive. Those long shifts could feel endless, but having the go in my ears gave me something to look forward to. It made hard days a little lighter and made life more enjoyable during a time when I really needed it. Listening felt less like a podcast and more like hanging out with friends who shared a passion for gaming and gave me an escape when I needed one most. Fast forward to today, I'm now a police officer with 2 beautiful children, Gohan and Leia. And despite how much life has changed, one thing hasn't. I still listen regularly and recommend the Gaming Outsider to people often. It's been a constant through different chapters of my life, and that means something. Congrats on 600 episodes, and thank you all for creating something that impacts people more than you probably realize. Thanks, Jay.
You're a beautiful human, Jay.
Yeah, we had Jay on a Patreon episode a while back, and he was a lot of fun to talk to. Thanks for listening and for listening this long and still listening, man. That made my day.
Congrats on finding a nerdy enough spouse to let you name your kids Gohan and Leia.
Yeah, right. I was thinking the same thing too.
Living the dream.
Yeah. So that was a great comment. I really like that one. I got another one I want to mention, but I'll let you guys take a crack at one. Let's see.
I know which one I'm stealing.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Thomas Bex writes in, my favorite moment was becoming friends with the hosts and doing cool stuff in real life, like showing CB around Dublin and spending my first trip to the US with Scott and some of the other hosts and Go teammates going out of their way to give me a fantastic experience. I've always said for the longest time, and also Thomas, that was a fun trip. Street meat is awesome.
Wow. That's my nickname in college.
Yeah. I've always said, like, if I travel somewhere and you live in that area, I will go out of my way to come visit.
So he has been trying to get me to come visit him overseas for the longest time. He no longer lives in Ireland. He's in the Netherlands now. And this is a true story. I was planning on
doxing Thomas, dude.
Yeah.
Didn't give a street address, at least.
No, true story. I was planning on going to visit him in Ireland over spring break. Spring break 2020 is when I was planning to do that. And guess what happened in March of 2020? COVID happened, and that was not that didn't happen. So I still need to get out there at some point. I've never been.
What's your excuse been for the next 6 years?
Just, we went to Italy, we went to Australia,
visited everywhere in Europe, but
everywhere but
yeah. I'm gonna make it happen, Thomas. One of these times I'm gonna come out there. I would love to go visit some other European countries. So just gotta make it happen.
Okay. Might be going back soon. So
yeah.
Yep.
Going to Ireland?
Ireland and France again, probably.
All right. Jake, you're up.
Do I have to be?
No,
Well,
Zach, you're up.
Okay, I'll give a shout out to Sean Coates.
There you go.
He wrote in Korean barbecue in LA with Scott and Zach for what would end up being the last E3, something I'll never forget. Also being able to save money and fly out to Rockford via Chicago to attend R2V2. So far, it remains my first and only time visiting Illinois. Yeah, man, that was Sean. It was super cool. Well, first of all, it was great of him to give us a ride.
Yeah, he just picked us up at the airport and took us to the convention center, and we didn't have to get an Uber or anything. That was awesome.
Right. No matter the quality of the barbecue.
Yeah.
The game store was cool across the street there, World 8-4, I think it was called.
Yep.
That's where my copy of Hurricanes for Super
I remember.
Nintendo came from.
I remember.
There you go. Yeah, it was super cool. Sean was a super cool guy. He's continued to be a super cool guy, I should say.
And now he's writing for us.
Seeing you in R2V2 was a surprise because I didn't feel like we were worth saving money up for, but we were for Sean. It was super cool seeing him, man. Great guy.
Yeah. Jake, do you have one now?
All right, just going to the top. Aaron Hughes writes, every single R2V2 Game Con, best weekend of the year for me, even with all the stress. I feel the same way. That nonsense kills me. Friday is terrible. And then Saturday I'm having, even though it doesn't look like it, and it feels like my hair is on fire, I'm having a great time.
Yeah, it's a lot. A lot goes into R2V2, guys. It takes a lot to make that happen, but yeah. Good times. Where's the other one that I wanted to read? Let's see. Drew Ross. I had a warehouse job at a mill where I spent a lot of time doing my own thing all day, working long hours. So I spent most of my shift listening to different podcasts. If I remember right, I've been listening to your show since right before some of your old co-hosts left many years ago. Over the years, I liked how your show wasn't all negative bashing most things 24/7. You all seemed like friends just talking games. If it wasn't for this show, I would have still been just grinding away on only on online games, mainly shooters, with a few big single player games each year. The show got me interested in indies. I would have never tried roguelikes or lights, and now they're some of my favorite games to play each year. Also, other types of indies I've tried and have ended up enjoying. Thanks for the gaming entertainment all these years. Drew, the reason I read his comment is like, that is why I've done this show. I listen to podcasts and I love discovering games that I had never heard of, or games that were coming up that maybe had just flown under the radar. That was my favorite thing about that, is hearing other people talk about games, which ones they liked, finding a host that I aligned with. And I wanted to be one of those guys. And it makes my day to hear that somebody feels that we are those guys. That just is, it's just such an like, aha, I've made it kind of moment, that like, that's what I wanted. I always like to be the guy that recommends something that somebody likes. And that's a really cool feeling. So thanks, Drew. That meant a lot. CB?
I'm going to steal Dr. David Newman.
All right.
It was 2018 when I first started listening to The Go. I remember I was getting back into video games, but didn't really have anyone to talk about with. I was playing Assassin's Creed Origins at the time and wanted to hear people's thoughts about it on my 1.5 hour drive to Beckley, West Virginia. I don't know what it was. But something drew me to The Go, and the rest was history. I've enjoyed listening to you guys talks on current news and games. I like how the podcast has evolved to include games you've been catching up on since I joined, starting with Scott's dive back into Skyrim. Sometimes those are the most fun to listen to because you typically are playing something you've enjoyed instead of playing a new game that you feel you have to get through. I've appreciated the opportunity to be up on podcast episodes and become a contributing writer after writing a review for Cult of the Lamb. Good game.
I forgot that was his first game.
Yeah, if it wasn't for The Go, I would not be into indies like I am now, and would be less into the gaming world like I am now. I still have struggles getting back into playing games, but I never really feel like I'm out of the loop now. Thanks for letting me be part of an awesome community.
Very cool. Thanks, David. It's a pleasure working with you. He's become quite a staple in the writers for sure. Zach, you got any others you want to mention?
Yeah, sure. I want to read Displaced Foot. Says personal favorite is the New Year and Game of the Year episodes. I love our GOTY episodes. Love hearing the wide variety of games, play styles, and how console PC affects those lists. The elusive full point is always a fun argument. Special shout out to Zach's tweets because it keeps me laughing. So I'm glad somebody appreciates my witty retorts on there.
Yeah, the Game of the Year episodes are the best. Those are so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely. The categories and I like
having Grant.
Grant's cool, but I like that we don't know what the results are.
Yes,
you know? That's fun. I don't think I don't know any other podcast that does it like that.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like they don't reveal each other's on another podcast that I know you and I both listen to. They know their own lists, and they don't know everybody else's. But I don't know. I like the way we do it. I think it's fun.
Agreed.
Jake.
Going down to Kevin level 7 Hannenberg says community game nights, trash talking with everyone, including my boys, Logan Hannenberg, Fancy Flamingo, but especially with Nate and David Newman. I know it takes some doing, but we really need to make those happen again.
I'm going to make that happen this summer. We're going to figure out a night that's just going to be community game night, and we're going to make it happen because it's been too long. I don't care if we just play golf with friends. I just want to sit and BS with some friends and play whatever together.
Wait till I fall asleep again.
Oh my god! I forgot about that.
I told you, dude. I could pull some stuff out of the way back.
Oh, good times. Good times. Yes, let's make community game nights happen. And I think we got one more, I believe.
Last but not least,
Tim Paulin.
Who is a fantastic person to talk to. If you ever get the chance to talk to Tim, make it happen.
He's the nicest guy.
He is the nicest guy. I think I was talking to him for like 15 minutes before I realized actually who it was.
Yeah.
And I think it was Mindy who told me, and I was like, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
The best is when he surprise out of nowhere finds you at MGC.
Right.
Yeah. You're the escalators like, Scott, Chris, I've been looking for you all day.
Speaking of, he says, Tim Pollen says, meeting CB, Scott, and Chris Owens at MGC way back in the day. I think it was the first year at the Wisconsin Center. Turns out it's hard to find each other in a huge crowd. Ha ha, congrats on 600 gents. It's a lot easier to find us now because we got the shirts. Especially if we walk
by the
together.
way, I want to point something out, Scott.
Yeah.
Remember the first R2V2 when I said we should get shirts made? Bowling shirts.
Yeah.
And you were like, that sounds like the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That doesn't sound like something I would say.
Yeah, oh, it is totally
Yes,
something
it
you would say.
absolutely sounds like something you would say.
It is dumb, just in a fun way. Like the going for bowling shirts specifically, I mean.
That's,
yeah,
that
okay.
part I probably said was the dumbest thing.
Yeah.
I think that sounds like me. Yeah, going for bowling shirts.
Now I do wear it anytime I go bowling.
Do you? I don't remember the last time I went bowling.
Yeah. I mean, I've only gone bowling like, 3 times in the last 5 years or something. But
But I mean, these
wear
have been a staple for, God, almost 6 years now.
Yeah,
Over
they
6
rule.
years now.
no, I think
Yeah.
I think they're great.
I think I think it might be due for another one soon because, I mean, they only because I don't wear it every day. But yeah.
I will say, anytime that I go to a game convention and I'm peddling the Game and Outsider, I have a sense of honor when I wear this shirt. I feel like
absolutely.
I'm actually a part of something that means something to the community at some level.
We
Yeah.
didn't tell you this, Zach, but we found somebody who tried to copy it this year.
Yeah, I forgot
yeah.
about that.
We were walking around MGC and somebody was wearing the exact same bowling shirts.
Just
but
without the
blank.
logos. Yeah,
Mm.
it was a group of them. They all had the
Yeah.
exact same.
Maybe they're fans, diehard fans.
No, they were from like Brazil or something.
Yeah,
Weren't
they
they?
were from Brazil.
Yeah.
You can listen to us in Brazil.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, that's it, guys. That is our 600th episode. I cannot believe it's been 600 episodes. And next month is going to be 12 years. I think our anniversary of our first episode is in June. So that's coming up.
Just think, Scott, you got 400 more to go to avoid the hand.
No. 200. It's 200. You said 800 episodes, sir.
He
And
did say 800.
And I owe
Just-
you a slap.
Just so all of the listeners
I'm
know,
not afraid of your hands.
we just so everyone knows, there's a slap bet. What is it? 800?
It's 800 episodes.
If we don't
800
make it
episodes.
to 800 episodes, CB's gonna slap the hell out of Scott.
But
One shot.
here's the thing.
Slaps
I'm
don't
not-
cancel out.
Slap should cancel out.
No, don't cancel
because we made another slap bet that CB lost because it was about like how many games he was going to review one year, and if he's like, if I don't do this, then you can slap me, and he did not do it, so I get to
It's-
slap him whenever I want. So I think all's fair
Nope. They don't cancel
And-
out.
in the podcast when I want, and
Well- Who's the slap bet commissioner?
I think we actually made Zach the slap bet commissioner
Well, so far, I mean, I don't know why Scott hasn't slapped you yet for that one.
because he's trying to sit on it to save himself. in
Oh
case
no!
he-
As commissioner, you must slap him. I think if you don't slap him by year's end, you forfeit the slap.
Whoa, wait a
do,
minute.
do I get
this
slap in
year?
return?
But yeah, you have to slap CB by the end of the year, otherwise your slap is revoked.
Oh, it's
And I
getting
get
good.
I think that's
Oh.
fair.
I don't
What?
know, man. I don't
A full
want to
cast-
slap him.
Well, you're about to have if you go to 800, you'll have a second slap.
Right.
Yeah,
I
if
did-
I
I
last
did-
another 4 years of this,
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I don't know if you know.
I
how to
kind
quit,
of
man.
like having a get out of slap free card.
No.
I don't. Feel,
slap
I
commissioner made a ruling.
I must agree with CB that slaps cannot cancel each other out.
Oh my
It
god!
would simply be
Oh.
you would have to slap each other then.
You know what? We'll do it for charity. We'll make it
do
a
it for
charity.
charity.
Charity,
So
charity.
things we could do for charity where we don't hit each other.
It's just
Aw,
one.
Where's the fun in that?
It's just
Like,
one.
I don't like pain, man.
You're not going to take a slap for children.
It's up to you. You know, you can just give him like a light slap, I guess, before the end of the year. But I have a feeling he's going to whack the shit out of you if he wins. So
Yeah, I know. But why would you want to? I don't understand why you want to hit me.
You just won't know. You
He
won't
just
know
loves you.
until it
Oh my God.
happens.
that's how
I'm
men
gonna do it
bond.
some night when we're drunk at D&D. I'm just gonna walk around and with my ring on. Like,
There you
I'm
go.
gonna have to start wearing like Google glasses, to recording every moment, so when it finally happens, we catch it.
all right. Well, next week we are going to go back to community questions. It is going to be the first episode of the month, and we haven't done one of these in a while. So stay tuned for the socials. We will be posting that for you for sure. But that's going to do it for this week's The Gaming Outsider. Thanks so much for listening. This lengthy episode was produced by Kevin Honigford. All the music you hear is written and performed by Grant Henry of Stemage and Metroid Metal. His website, as always, is stemagemusic.com. STEMAGE music.com. Please be sure to email us if you have any questions or concerns. Our address is feedback@thegamingoutsider.com. And join us live every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Zach, actually, CB, any parting words or recommendations for our listeners?
Obsession.
I'm so mad you saw it. I posted on our thread that I wanted to see this movie really bad, and then you go and see it.
So good.
Jake, you're gonna have to go with me to see it because I'm not gonna be able to get my wife to see this movie.
Okay, fine.
Go alone, man.
Again.
I could go.
It's a horror movie. He's gonna be scared. Whose hand is he gonna hold?
The lead female actress, I can't remember her name, but just carries this movie to perfection.
I've heard she's fantastic, and the movie apparently goes places.
It is. It has been the first time in a while that I've watched a horror movie where I was unnerved at points.
Oh, I gotta see this movie.
So it goes to places. It's really good. The lead male actor could have been better.
Yeah.
But man, it for being a low budget like indie horror flick, it is phenomenal.
All right. I am gonna have to go see it. I'm not gonna wait for streaming on that one. I want to see that one in the theater. Yes, Soul, you pushed me over the edge, man.
Support the arts.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
I also checked out a movie this week on Amazon Prime called Mercy with Chris Pratt. I was at a Memorial Day party.
And Rebecca Ferguson.
And Rebecca Ferguson, yes. Did you see it?
No,
Yeah.
I'm aware of it.
I wasn't.
seen it.
Somebody randomly at a memorial party said, "Hey, I checked this movie. I thought it was pretty fun." So we came home and watched it that night, and it's dumb. I mean, it's pretty dumb, but it's a fun dumb movie. It's basically Minority Report meets Speed, which sounds
it's Minority Report in a chair.
Minority Report, yeah. But I enjoyed it. I was really surprised that how it kept my attention for the hour and a half with him sitting in a chair. But yeah, basically the premise is like Minority Report. They've got this system of cracking down on criminals and using AI technology to do it. And he's the guy running it, and now he's sitting in the chair being accused of of murder, and how he's got to try to figure out the AI system, who's played by Rebecca Ferguson, is giving him a chance to defend himself by basically using Minority Report stuff it's fun. It's stupid. There's some ridiculous things that happen. But I enjoyed it. So Mercy on Amazon Prime. If you're looking for something fun to check out, I enjoyed it. All right. That's it. Thanks so much, everybody, for checking us out. Thanks you for the three of you for coming and joining me. Until next week, I'm Scott Clark with Zach Parkerson, Jacob Gunderson, and Chris Behrensmeyer, and we are the Gaming Outsider. Remember, there's no such thing as a bad game, just games that aren't for you.